Yeah.
Back again.
Episode 118. 118? Oh, shit. What the hell was that?
My shit. Usually,
Great job.
I literally just turn off the volume.
10 whole seconds and you still
Yeah,
fix
the
out.
Pornhub.
Yeah, exactly. this is why I said whatever.
That was Pornhub notification.
Yeah, gotta make sure you know.
But yeah,
Video.
Did you know you can download some of them as an app? I didn't know that.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
as in
but they're not on Google Play though.
Huh?
You can't find.
Oh, they're
them.
not on Google Play?
No, you gotta, or the App Store. You gotta.
Oh, you know,
Oh,
huh? You know the whole run now.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Shit.
Oh,
I don't be
I don't
downloading
know about
them
this
shits.
nigga. You got some explaining to do.
I don't download them shits. Give me viruses.
So it's your boy Sean, Mr. NJ Brick City.
You can get ITSTDs.
Malware.
ITD.
Sorry, Sean.
I'm trying to use your dad jokes.
Oh man.
Terrible.
Oh, just Kia. Hey guys.
Oh,
Yeah,
everybody
everybody
part away.
forgot about
And I
that.
probably guess. But we'll get back. You got a name? You got a name?
It's just Erica.
Oh, I have a name. I give you a name. I'll give you a
He
name.
out here.
Don't worry.
What?
You give those things, right?
Bruh,
Why
what?
did
What? I'm
It's your
just
podcast
saying.
name.
No.
She ain't gonna have a
Slowly
podcast.
backing away from the conversation.
Bro, she ain't gonna have a podcast.
Bro,
man.
I'm
make
just
it the
fucking
best of that. Slowly backing away from the conversation.
Yeah, I love it when he says that. It's hilarious. But yeah, we back again. Shout out to last week's episode with Jai, his last episode and all that stuff. He's in Charleston, I believe.
Yep.
You know,
Shout
shout
out
out to the big homie.
Damn, I miss my dog.
Big homie.
Exactly. So shout out to Blacktrick Swayze.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We lost the pervy one in here. That's the pervy sage. Yeah, Eric. Once you would have walked in, he would have saw you. Yeah, he was about to perv out.
Yeah. Ooh, let me get a hug.
Yeah, he's like, oh,
I should kiss you in the mouth.
Oh,
yeah.
With my eyes open.
Yeah, so it's hilarious. I love it. Shout out to Joe. He should be showing up pretty soon.
Yeah.
Pretty soon.
Just spontaneously.
Damn. Jesus Christ, you made it up. Also, he spontaneously arrived like damn, bro.
But you never
That sounds like the nice way of saying somebody came too early. He spontaneously arrived.
right?
Oh, I see what you did there.
Is it?
I'm rubbing off on people.
Alright.
Spontaneous combustion.
That spontaneous combusting.
Combusting.
That is so vulgar. Oh my god.
Shut the fuck up.
Violent.
Sheesh. Alright, guys.
So aggressive.
Aggressive.
The fuck?
Oh yeah. Hella aggressive.
But how's everybody's week, man? What's up?
Ooh, I'll go. 2 weeks. So I spent 5 nights, 4 days in San Diego.
San Diego.
Yeah. It was cool. The weather was not as great as most San Diego weather, but it was still good. It was like 74, overcast, a little windy, but that was like bad weather for them. Like it drizzled, and they were like, "Oh God, why is it raining so much?" So it was cool. Went on a little boat ride or whatever, like toured the bay and shit. Got to see like all the warships and stuff. That was fun. Got to see my high school best friend get married. That was beautiful. The entire ceremony was dope. What else did we do? A couple different restaurants. This place called Chingon in
Yeah, what?
Chingon. It's a Mexican restaurant, but like
It's like a Mexican
it's
/ Chinese restaurant.
I'm probably pronouncing it wrong.
Let's say you're
but
chimichanga and
it's
a General Tso's chicken at the same time.
It's in the gas lamp area, and swear to God, best shrimp I ever had in my entire life. Like I
Oh,
don't
it's in the
know,
what area?
gas lamp.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what they did to season it, but yeah.
So you like
yeah.
that swamps?
Yeah, it was on point.
Ooh, yeah.
So yeah, that was cool. You know, we went to a couple restaurants and did a little bit of shopping, not too much. Went to the beach. Pacific water is definitely colder than Atlantic water for sure.
I believe it.
Yeah. But outside of that, had a good time. The man was with me, so we had a good time.
Oh, shit. Wait.
Oh
Where
yeah.
that was going.
Oh yeah. Got some sex on the beach.
So 3 out of the 5
Man,
nights.
you pulled the eyes?
Let me tell you,
I
that
did not
damn, the time change, like, it will fuck with you, bro. Like, by 10 o'clock, I was like, yo, like, I'm out. Like, I gotta go. Like, I couldn't hang. I couldn't hang until the last 2 days.
Oh, no.
I was tired as hell, but, you know, it's cool. No biggie. You know, we had our moments. So yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
We got to drive like a little boat or whatever. That was fun. Got to see some sea lions up
drive
close.
the boat.
Did he motor
Yes, I did.
Oh, shit.
I can't stand y'all. So yeah, so that was cool. I hate y'all so much.
Oh yeah.
Real sex shit.
That was good.
Real
That was good.
boat shit.
So yeah, that was it. We took a lot of pictures and shit, but you know, the ones of me and him, I don't post those, so it's just me and my friends on Facebook.
That's what's up, though. That's what's up. You got, keep that shit private.
I mean, it's not necessarily trying to keep it private. I just don't. I mean, if I don't have a ring, like
Michael Jordan said, it don't mean a thing if you ain't got that ring.
She said if she ain't got no ring, that means she's single.
Hell yeah.
And she out here ready to mingle. A little bit.
Semi.
Slight mingle.
I'm chilling. Yeah, little slight mingle.
Shit.
Too much.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to get a tingle in that mingle.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Oh Lord.
You guys are nasty. Yeah, I know. We just missed you. That's all.
What you guys do?
Yeah, because it's like a all guy episode.
Yeah.
It was dope
It
though.
was good.
I was saying you need one of those every now and again.
Yeah, it was dope.
Yeah. As long as you got the right mixture of guys around just to talk about some stuff. It's pretty good. It's a good episode. Until, I always feel like it's just, we don't want to talk about like, oh, women feel this is that. I'm like, we ain't got no women to really like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So sometimes, it might come off a little chauvinistic, but, we're just giving our opinions when it comes to that. It's never facts. So it is what it is. Josh, what's up? Oh, wait, okay, you had anything else? Sorry.
No, that's pretty much it. Just trying to get back to work.
Okay.
That's it, man. Might be going to Jamaica in January.
Oh, that's what's up.
Wow, you know, travel.
For me, another week of not doing shit.
So that's easy and quick.
And what else did I do?
Not shit.
Even more not shit.
Yeah, I ain't do shit. I was chilling.
You don't never do shit. You suck.
Man,
That's how you save money.
Exactly. I know I'm broke right now, but
It ain't Friday. But the bills paid.
yeah, bills paid.
Oh yeah.
What about my guest here?
Oh yeah, we have a guest, Erica, and she's quiet all of a sudden.
The cornbread.
Bro, you be talking at words. Cut it out.
Yeah. She's a cornbread muffin herself with
Right now.
Snackalicious.
Snackalicious.
Fuzzy mics in her face, dog.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
That's weird.
You gotta speak it to the mic. Speak on it.
Yeah.
Hold it like a.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
I feel like my church, you remember?
Oh, you like.
You about to
Sing,
start-
child. Go ahead, sing. Go ahead. You got it.
My week was okay.
Jesus.
I'm looking forward to the weekend though.
Yes, sir.
You said you did what?
Looking forward to the weekend. 3-day weekend started.
Oh,
What you gonna do?
Turn.
Atlanta.
Okay.
Oh, I know what you're doing.
Oh wait, I know what you're doing.
Oh,
First off. First off,
What we doing?
I'm getting my tattoo done.
Which one? What do you
Going on my side, I'm getting coded.
You getting that tattoo done? Why he give you that splat good? Oh, not him, but the other guy.
Anyway,
with the spiffy guy.
and then I'm gonna go get my niece and my nephew. We're gonna go to a bounce house.
Bounce house.
A bouncy house. Yeah.
That actually sounds fun.
And
Yeah,
then
that's good.
I'm getting some old lady game, some crabs, and posted in the room some Hennessy.
Oh,
Some old what?
Old lady game.
It's the Candy Birds, her restaurant.
Oh, okay. I was lost. So, okay. All right, cool.
You ain't gonna get no slutty vegan?
I'm not a vegan. I like meat. Sorry.
Ooh, like that meat.
Are you a meat eater?
No Impossible Burger for her.
Strictly meat.
Strictly meat.
Hey, if you're a lesbian, could you call like the other vagina Impossible Burger?
Oh!
That
impossible
burger.
Oh yeah, that's the impossible fur burger. Oh yeah! I love the way this episode is going already. Yes, this is gonna be a good one.
It was just a thought.
Guys, strap in.
Strap on.
Coxable burger.
Strap.
And Sean's laughing at me. Like, he got this old pervy laugh.
Yeah. I have to live vicariously through others, you know, when I hear about this stuff. Because, you know, my shit be fun too, but, you know, I can't talk about all of the shit I do. Back to you, Erica.
And I want to have my first black experience with Mad Dog 2020.
Never had Mad Dog?
Never had
Why
Mad
do you want to do
I
it
don't want
now?
that black experience.
Because
You my dog, man. I don't want to.
Yeah, don't go
you know,
on like
I
that
already
shit.
don't have my black card with the movies.
So-
Have you drunk a 40 yet?
That's Smirnoff 40.
No, that don't
Can
count.
you
You
put
gotta
Same
drink malt
same
liquor.
water.
Oh, damn.
I've been trying to fix it.
Yeah,
Okay, so
take a Mad Dog 2020, dog.
nah, you gotta be a starter kit. You gotta drink a 40 of malt liquor before you even get to the Mad
hell
Dog.
no.
No, you gotta get to the Mad Dog first.
Nah, fuck that. Get a
What you
drink of
mean,
40.
bro? She gotta have something sweet. She might want no fucking nasty ass 40s.
Exactly.
All that shit
I already
nasty.
gave you a bad hangover,
Nah,
though.
but at least Mad Dog, well, it's
All that
sweet.
shit nasty. It
Well,
don't
the good
matter.
news is I never had a hangover before.
You might now.
Never.
Drinking that shit.
Very proud of that.
Some of that Mogan David 2020.
I didn't even know that was a real thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the real name.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Mogan
Yeah.
David. I don't know why.
You Googled that one, didn't you?
Not, well, I did, but it was never from Mad Dog. I knew that for a fact. Yeah, because it's from New York actually. But you know they would call it Mad Dog because they like this dog has a bite to back up his bark.
Oh, that was like the commercial or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you know
Who knew?
you do now. Cause
Knowledge
older.
from the elders,
Fun
ladies
fact.
and gentlemen.
Fun facts with Sean. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Here you go, Jacob.
Oh, right.
Tasty Jakey.
I ain't calling y'all that, but.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Quite
apologize.
similar.
I've been losing my voice for the last week.
Damn. Right.
Yeah, when I went on the cruise. Yeah, we were supposed to go to Bermuda. They canceled it and sent us to Bahamas we went there 18 damn times now.
Was it a storm?
Yeah, that
Dorian.
Dorian went up and better than hitting the shoreline went out towards Bermuda.
Oh.
So, I mean, it wasn't even that bad. But like, the day we were supposed to show up there, the winds were only like 25 miles per hour.
Ooh.
So I was thinking about, doing a mutiny and taking over the boat and driving
Wow.
over there.
Yeah, yeah. That would have made for good publicity.
Yeah, because like all we did was,
Just say unfamous next time you do it.
yeah.
Unfamous podcast.
We went down to like Nassau, went to Senior Frogs, turned around, went right back on the boat, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Saw a bunch of frogs.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Shut the fuck up.
West Virginia, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, exactly. Every day you show it more and more, bro.
And I'm proud of it. Except I don't fuck cousins. Let's keep that part out.
Ain't nobody say that.
Well, in case you was thinking it, was preemptive strike.
That sounds like a guilty conscience.
Nah,
Oh
it's
my
not.
goodness.
It's actually just preemptive strike.
Damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Right.
Fuck you.
So when I got off the boat is when my allergies hit me like mother, because I'm guessing when we were gone, the season changed real quick. So everything hit me. And then of course I was drinking this week and lost my voice.
That sucks.
You was really struggling today. I seen it in your face.
What was that?
You were struggling.
What, this morning or today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
You were better than Dorothy though, but you were struggling. Y'all know Dorothy on Alpha?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were
Dorothy
screen.
sound like Mary Poppins.
Oh yeah, I know.
Where's
that.
like your parents are? Yeah. She cool though. She from KC.
Yeah,
That's
she
a
used to be a homemaker. And she used to work for the IRS.
She could probably bake the hell out of some cookies or some shit.
Okay.
Or cherry pie.
She on that Paula Dean shit.
She cool. You know, you meet people with just a good spirit, like a just good. That's how she got a good fucking spirit.
Yeah.
I rock with her.
Oh, Jai was like, yo, who the light skinned joint?
That little red bowl.
My boy Jai.
Oh, that's Erica,
man.
G.
You
Yeah,
missed
I already
out. You left
missed
too
out,
early.
bro. You left way too early.
This Snackalicious herself.
She said she's schnacky.
I didn't say that. Josh said that.
I tell her that
I'm
word,
very
so she
humble.
Anything else, Jay?
snacked up.
Nah. I mean, I didn't throw my wife overboard, so it was a good trip.
That's always a good thing. It's always
Yeah,
a
it
good
was,
time.
I mean, I thought about it. Oh, I had a fight.
What?
I mean, no, I was about to start a fight.
What?
In the sports bar on the cruise
Okay.
What?
because they were refusing to play the Eagles game,
Okay.
and somebody screamed out, "Nobody cares about Eagles games." And I almost threw a beer can at somebody's head. I'm like,
Okay.
that starts the fight immediately.
Were you already drunk or?
Oh, that's
Somewhat, I guess.
A little bit.
Doesn't take much.
Darren, get him a chair.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
So you about to start a bar fight and shit?
Yeah.
Did you miss the whole conversation?
I was talking. I listened and see. I can listen and
I
talk
was
to my
saying,
own
I
too.
thought he just explained that.
But now you know I ain't have a follow up question or something.
What up, Darren?
Right,
Not that chair.
Okay.
Darren, not that chair. The chair.
He stole my chair.
Oh, he wants a
He's a
comfortable chair.
guest.
He wants a comfortable
Sorry, guys. My brother is kind of.
Yeah, put that back. I don't want them yelling at us.
Okay.
Yeah, get one of those chairs. Sorry, guys.
But all I was gonna say is if you did start the bar fight and went playing, you can't get your ass kicked and come back to work.
Yeah, you can.
Come back with two black eyes and be like, bro, take your ass back to Bahamas. You gotta go fix that. You gotta rectify that situation.
I don't think I had two black eyes since middle school, but
Say
Thanks,
you got
bro.
hands. Bro, tell them
Got them
these go.
hands. They E. You know
Thank
what
you.
I'm saying?
Sound
For
like-
everybody.
They rated E for everybody.
Everybody.
That's that new modern warfare, bro. What
I
you
still-
talking about?
I love when I tell people, like, they keep on forgetting that I was in a psych ward before I worked for TSA. And they're like,
Shit.
oh, cool.
They was
Yeah.
trash.
I can dig it.
I don't know. Oz, what's up?
Thanks, guys. Back.
Back again.
I had a good time last weekend. You know how they be breathing, they be like, and then do that weird voice. Anyway, yeah, I went to Miami last week. It was my birthday week. I had a lot of fun. You know, went back to see my old house. Didn't want to stay there because there's fucking dead bugs everywhere.
Damn.
Well, it's
Someone
my
lived
parents. No, my parents are renting it out, but it's vacant right now. So
Oh,
they just
I was
about to say,
like,
no, no, no,
open
no,
that
no,
up.
no, 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 no.
Damn.
So
Shit.
Y'all savage.
Fuck
So
y'all with that.
they cleaned it up and they're putting tile and redoing a lot of stuff. But you know, I guess they had bombed the house or something, and they got a lot of dead bugs everywhere. I didn't sleep well. I was like, nah, I ain't sleeping here.
Hold on. Ajay said, why don't white violence has to stop? Tasty Jake and fuck their legal giants.
That sounds very
Even from Charleston, he's still him.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
what's up.
Caught up with a lot of friends. Went to South Beach and shit. Okay, Darren, I'll say I hung out with my brother who happened to randomly show up. This motherfucker, I'm sitting here coming from like Miami and I pop up. Call my cousin Jonathan. I was like, hey, I'm coming over. He's like, yeah, all right, meet me at the house. I get to the door, open the door, and this motherfucker's standing right behind the door, of course.
Don't be acting like you was happy.
I did not
Your birthday
expect
weekend.
him to be there.
That's the best part. Yeah.
He
Surprise.
surprised the shit out of me.
Surprise, dude.
But, you know, I had a good time with my cousins and shit. Good time with Nikki. We had a lot of food.
Mickey, you was on the beach, girl?
I was on the beach.
Oh, shit. What you had the 2-piece and the 1-piece, shawty? Oh, shit. Killing them. She's on the beach. Yes.
out
you're
the
not
way,
gonna
like,
glaze
yeah.
over
He's like,
how bad she is. That's what we're not gonna do. But
Exactly. Don't do that.
I already know.
Oh,
No,
Lord.
I'm saying, though, But anyway.
Oh shit!
I like how
Sorry.
she was
like,
I'm sorry.
Oh,
she was like, back to it.
Oh God.
Back to it. Oh shit, is that B
You gotta let them know.
What's up, B
B
Reed?
Rizzle.
Be Brizzle.
But
Mish.
what did I do? I had to fix my car today. Put a new wheel bearing on. That shit was easy as fuck. I was like, oh shit, I did something that I accomplished myself.
Oh, you
So it's
proud of
happy.
you.
Well, you need to come to my house. My roommate is broken.
I'm not fixing that car. Based on what you tell me, I'm not
Her
fixing
car or
it.
my car?
Her car.
Oh.
I'm not
Which
fixing her
car?
car. What?
Bro, can't nobody hear you.
Anyway. Because based on what you tell me, I'm not helping her. Anyway. But that was it. That's all, folks.
My week was alright. I didn't really do shit. Like, at all. Like,
Alright, Josh.
I didn't. I've been just chilling.
That was the best week.
Honestly.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, for me,
Change it,
sometimes
like,
you just need to sit down and chill, man.
Joshing.
Yep. Joshing around.
Like, oh my Josh.
Nah, you ran out.
Like, oh my gosh. Oh my
No, no.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, no. They're not all
Even from the white guy, that was the whitest fucking joke I heard you say.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit, what
Hey,
up?
listen, first of all, we reach a diverse audience, so
Got it.
good.
You know, I'm not mad at that.
bring
That's
that.
fine,
Thank you.
yeah.
Smart. Yeah, I didn't really do much, man. Played the game for a little bit, chilled out. That was this week because I've been on vacation since Tuesday.
Oh, man, I love those days. And you ain't got nothing to do but eat, fall asleep, repeat.
So, you know, we've been chilling, watching TV. We caught up to season 3 of Snowfall. That's my shit.
Didn't I tell you Franklin? Didn't I tell you Franklin's a G?
Yo.
I told you Franklin's a
Yo.
G.
We gotta start the first episode of season 3. But Snowfall is my shit. Not gonna lie, after watching that shit, I'm like, man, I'm about to go sell these fucking packs. Run this crack real quick.
You might not want to advertise.
Your boy Slabs on deck.
Exactly. I'm like, let me start selling this shit. But then I'm like, nah, I can't. I just don't have the, not because I don't want to do it, I just don't have the heart to shoot nobody.
Also, at the same time, you're going to have a lot of competition
Okay.
from me.
Alright. We all have our reasons. No biggie.
Oh shit. What are
Yeah.
the original?
I'll be out here in these streets, Ty.
The original
Right,
not
so-
in that?
Fixing mufflers.
And selling crack. And selling crack.
Such a dumbass son. So nah, did that. Just been chilling, man, eating, cooking breakfast for the missus and all that other good shit.
Breakfast in bed.
Breakfast in bed.
Where's the sausage, babe? It ain't on the
Sausage and 2 eggs.
How about this?
Not the 2 eggs.
I texted
Yo.
Well, I grabbed that ham.
Joe outside.
I texted this motherfucker
Can you
right
hit the
here.
door for Joe?
Oh, Joseph. I texted this motherfucker right here. He said, yo, I'm lying down with T. I was like, no, you ain't. You cracking up T. There is ass.
That wasn't good.
No.
Okay, that's good.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Cause what?
Do you text
brother?
while you having
What's
sex?
up?
That seems like it would be
No.
so rude.
Nah, what happened was,
I'm so
yeah, hit me up to see if I was gonna be able to go to our coworkers going away thing, and just good because we were just sitting there watching TV and shit. And then 30, 40 minutes later, then I started cracking Yeeks. But
That nigga know the exact time. 34 minutes later.
because it was something I'm like, we're not really paying attention to this TV right now, so I know it's something on that I'm not paying attention to. So I'm like, let me crack the Yeekaroonies.
The Yeekaroonies.
Oh,
I like
yeah.
that. Okay.
Macaroni in the sleep.
Hell yeah, man. Crack them Yeeks
That
in
crackaroni.
there. Then we spoon. You know what I'm saying?
The Yeeks.
Yeah, the Yeekers in there.
I
But
dig it.
other than that, man, cool start to my vacay. I got 2 more days of this shit, so I'm going back to work till Sunday.
Hey, welcome to Joe's.
Hey, what's up, Joe?
Got the fresh cut
Oh, yeah.
with the beard.
Real
Okay. Joe out here about to kill him. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't here last week. I gotta talk shit this week.
my shit this year.
Y'all wild. Oh shit!
All right, let me.
Oh.
You're gonna move over to.
Oh, you don't know this one. You come over.
Keeping the snacks close.
You know, I see that.
Gorilla pimping that.
Alright,
Not
so
gorilla pimping.
fucking
Sheesh. I prefer the other kind. I don't like gorilla pimping.
Oh.
Hey, I agree.
I'm in between two women, so I'm.
I never, yeah.
Trying to.
Make those sandwiches.
Oh, you trying to get your sandwich though, right?
Sandwich.
Yeeks and Yammers sandwich. There's plenty over there for you. I don't think you
Chocolate
can handle it,
and
bro.
butter.
Oh. I bet she was like, she got really uncomfortable. They about to ban your ass. You about to get banned, bro.
Somebody got to take over the purge tomorrow since.
Yeah, that's true.
Y'all
There'll
probably
never be another perv like you, Jai.
Nobody has to take over the perv shit.
I don't know, man.
You choose to, but you know I'm not mad at it. I'm not gonna lie. I thought I had some topics. We didn't discuss them, so I forgot what I wanted. You know,
You ain't put them in notes today?
I forgot. No, I mean I kind of know now what I wanted to talk about though.
Well, Joe, how was your week?
Yeah,
Everybody done
that's
talked
what we
about
want to get to that part.
Yeah.
It was a good week, busy week, but a great week. Shout out to all the brothers and sisters. Shout out to Louis Rankin, Lennox,
Yeah.
original
Sure.
down in the car accident, unfortunately. Yeah, everything well this week. You know, I had some topics if you want to indulge in certain things, but yeah.
Damn, we still get to contribute at least one topic now. They ain't no, come on now.
That's like
This ain't
some-
Joe's show.
That's
Damn.
like some reverse, like racist policy.
Ain't your week.
We're gonna give you something.
To the back. Ain't your week.
Look, he know I gotta give him a hard time, dog.
Nah, I know, it's cool.
Gotta give him a hard
Yeah.
time.
That was it. I mean, it was a good week, you know what I mean?
Nah, that's what's up. I wanted to start off with well, you know, like I said, RIP to Louis Rankin. You know, for people who don't know who that is,
Yeah, 'cause I don't know who it is.
he was in Belly. Have you seen Belly?
Once. I only remember one scene though.
Which one?
She got fucked. That's it.
You ever seen?
Oh my god, dog.
Ever seen
Hold on,
Shot?
let's go back. Like, why just that one scene?
Because that was because it was chocolate.
I'm about to say one, she
I
got the
know.
shit fucked out of her, but also the lighting was really dope.
Also, she probably.
Yeah.
I knew
She was like dark
I knew the reason
chocolate
why I
and
seen,
like-
but I was just wondering. I just want to hear more into the details.
Tell me more. Like,
Tell me more. Yep.
Oh my god.
But you ever seen Shadas?
Yep.
He was in Shadas.
Which one? The dude that got they like to say pussy motherfuckers. That
Teddy
one.
Brookshaw.
Yeah, Teddy Brookshaw.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, dang, dog. I
No,
heard
don't.
for real.
Don't
Yeah.
ever say nothing about no banana boat.
Yeah,
I don't want
yeah.
to say that. We don't want that. I mean, you say nothing about no banana boat.
Yeah, that Marley son.
That shit. Yeah. He was also an artist. You know what I'm saying? With I don't remember what song did he have that
I remember seeing him on like I don't think it was a documentary, but it was something, and they were saying that he was like an artist and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that. Okay, cool.
Originally the same.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
MC.
Yeah.
He kind of like your Flavor Flav to me, just a little bit.
I can see it.
I said that earlier this week.
I can see it. I can see it. But RIP to him, man. You know, but it was funny because I saw somebody on Facebook talking about, oh, why y'all all RIPing him like y'all was real fans?
Oh,
I'm
God.
like, fuck.
Over it. Goodbye.
Yeah, you like you got too much time on your hands, bro. Like,
People just want credit.
So wait, it was a car accident? He was in a car accident?
yeah,
Yeah, it was a car accident. I thought it was in Jamaica, but it's in Toronto. It was in Toronto.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
It looked horrible.
Yikes.
yeah, it sucks, man.
30 years married with 5 children. So
Oh, wow.
a lot of things.
Yeah, it sucks.
My condolences to his wife. That's a long time and then to
We
just
lost
not
her.
have somebody with you anymore. That's a lot.
He lost the original Jamaican Dandana.
Oh, damn.
That's what he called himself.
Oh, damn, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Let's see. I wanted to start off with something. It's not heavy, but it's something that's on everybody's mind right now.
Are you talking about the trial?
Yup.
Oh.
It's not too heavy, but it's like because it was actually seemed like it was pretty like we ain't about to drag this shit the fuck out.
Nah, it lasted for like a week.
Yeah,
I'm like, damn.
Actually, less than that.
That's fast.
So it was my grandmother. She was like, oh, they found her guilty, and I don't know if this is just an older person thing or I don't know what the thing is. But my grandmother's like, I don't know. I just don't feel like maybe she made a mistake. And I was like,
I've heard some other people that weren't
I was like,
older say that.
Grandma, okay, she did, right? Fine. You still got to be held accountable.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
it doesn't matter what you did.
Even if you mistakenly kill somebody, you still get charged with at least manslaughter.
Exactly. She's like, I thought it was manslaughter, but is murder homicide? I was like, yeah.
She's like, they confirm murder.
She's like, what's the difference? I was like, manslaughter might be accidental, whereas homicide is pretty almost like preconceived. Yeah, like you like, hey, I'm about to go kill this person, so yeah. And she was like, well, this and that, and well, it's hard to you might forget if you live in a certain apartment. Like my grandmother was trying to rationalize it in some type of way so it could make sense for her, right? And I was like, Grandma, when have you ever walked into the wrong house? It's like, it's an apartment, so it's different. I said, I live in an apartment. I ain't never walked in the wrong apartment.
You gotta look at the furniture alone will clue you in if nothing the fuck else does. So, nothing.
And that's what I was telling her. I was like, once you walk, I don't care how mad you are, what's going on, you walk into a certain area, you're like, my TV ain't normally open. Who is this nigga sitting on my couch? Oh, my bad.
Well, first of all, if I walk into an apartment and I see someone sitting on the couch eating ice cream like they're comfortable, my first thought isn't, oh, this is a burglar. Like, that's not my first thought. My first thought is this my house? Like,
yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna look like, what the fuck?
Who the hell has the exact same couch set up?
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Unless it's a hotel?
No, but it was
no, it's an apartment. That's the only way I can see something being exactly the same.
Yeah.
But then you still need a key to get it. And that's why I kept
trying
to tell
her. Yeah, you need a key fob. I still don't understand that part.
And I'm telling like,
the door open?
She claimed it was, but other people said that the doors automatically closed.
Yeah,
so
I don't know.
So in case I missed something, did y'all mention the sentencing yet?
No, not yet. We haven't gotten there.
Just started on that.
Just started, sir.
That was the most. That was like. I feel like I saw. It's like a plantation scene. Damn. I feel like it was like a plantation scene with all the characters. I mean, because everybody's just falling all over this woman, and I'm like, the indoctrination of just giving certain women the benefit of the doubt, despite her history, despite her text, despite what she said racially, despite her postings, you still think she did this shit by accident. It's ridiculous.
I get what you're saying.
Like, I mean, how much somebody got to do? People fixing her hair in court, the judge crying. What? It became a Bible study, like reading Bible verses with her at the table, hugging her, crying. I mean, that goes to the appeal.
Footage of like, because the only thing I kept trying to look for footage of the entire sentencing, and the only thing I kept seeing was when the little brother got up there and was talking. Is there footage somewhere of like the entire sentencing?
I saw footage of everything I'm saying.
But I mean, like, but I want to see. That's what I'm asking.
It's footage of it.
Where?
Okay.
Yeah, for people like
Because I'm
seeing most of this on things people share like on mine. Like I'm on Facebook, like my wife's Facebook feed. Mm-hmm. She's showing me these things. Like during the trial, you got a black female bailiff. Mm-hmm. The white supervisor bailiff is like telling her to fix her hair during the goddamn trial. Then you have the brother, like why? Like it's beyond me why people have to forget people. Like it became like gospel festival.
Only like if it was me. Be like, man, fuck that motherfucker.
Nobody's hugging you after that shit.
Hold on. But we can't justify how that man heals from that situation. If that's what I'm saying, if that's how he feels like he needs to heal.
Can't justify that man heal now.
I'm
saying if that's how he heals, it's because you wouldn't do it. You can't say that that's not how it's cool with him.
Let's deal with the word can't. How about that? I can, and you can't disagree, right? But I can.
Okay.
I would say that I'm not judging the man, but I'm saying it's indoctrination. Despite what you might think about his healing process, you would not get the same record. You walk into somebody's apartment, and shoot her.
Yeah, but guess what?
It
Me and him
reverse.
is two different people.
Yeah, but no. I'm saying if it was reversed, he shot her and her opponent, right? See, we're not on code at all, right?
No.
Nobody white went to that court and said nothing bad about her. But we want to grovel over her and like, oh, I love you, I want to hug. That shit is fucking ridiculous. But again, it's mind fucking. Like, we've been mind fucked. Some of us, a lot of us, have been mind fucked. That was just ridiculous coonery to the utmost degree. Not necessarily from the brother. That was just like crazy. But that's how people have been programmed. And that's how society has been built up. Because who the fuck else gets that treatment? A black mother put her son into a school district that the child's father was in, put his address. She lived in Bridgeport. The school was in Norwalk, Connecticut. You know how much time she got? 5 fucking years. And no judge hugged her. So I'm looking at like how black women are treated as opposed to white women just historically and present day. Like, we don't get that treatment. She got 5 years. That ex-cop, Amber Guyger, is gonna serve about 4 years for killing a man in cold blood. So it's ridiculous.
I mean, I don't have a problem with how the man hugging a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if that's what he chooses to do, that's fine. I'm not so sure about the judge hugging her because I'm like, I don't know if she did. If she had that same energy for black men who were incarcerated in her courtroom who got sentenced, did she hug them as well? I don't know about that part.
Well, I guess it would depend on the situation too.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't know, so that's why I'm like,
I always feel like everything has an X factor no matter what. There's always an outlier. So I mean, I'm pretty sure she ain't about to go hug anybody. Well, I guess except for this lady right here. You ain't about to go hug somebody who's like, yeah, I want to kill her.
But that's what I'm saying. If she had that same energy for other black people who was in there and who got sentenced, you know, and they were guilty, I have no problem with it. But this particular instance, you chose to do that. That I don't.
Have you ever heard
that's
that
weird to
shit
me.
in your life?
That's weird.
Come on now.
I've never heard of it.
I mean, I hadn't heard of it until it happened. So we don't know that she hasn't done it before.
Yeah, that's what I don't know.
First of all, it's not even something. It's not something judges should even do because you're dealing with the appeals process.
Yeah.
You shouldn't even do it. First of all, and we've all been on the planet for decades at this point. We've never even heard of no shit like this before.
But that doesn't
mean?
a
murder.
Like, this was a high-profile case. Of course,
We've seen
everything that happened in that case.
We've seen a lot of high-profile cases.
Yeah, but even in her case, if she's done other cases, his whole point is if she's done other cases and hugged other people, then that's something different from her just hugging him. Like,
based on her records, no one has found that. Like I said, if it's out there, it would have been out there. Based on her record with other people, other cases in that jurisdiction, she has not done that. But it's bigger than that. Because I assure you, this is not a car. You don't read Bible verses. And she's not taking out handcuffs at all. Right? That's all this shit is real crazy. Period.
Wait.
And the reaction.
I'm sorry, did you just say she wasn't wearing handcuffs?
She didn't. She wasn't taken out. It wasn't like something that's on your like no one here has seen it. Like you know how like when Cosby got taken out, everybody saw that shit, right? That's not something that was blasted over the media, right? But like I said, the reaction was just indoctrination. We're so far gone from who we are as a people in general that we don't even. It's like you don't even know. Like when you have Stockholm syndrome, like this is what it's like. So
I got a question.
What's up?
So do you feel like that the response should have just been more of anger from us?
That's what I was gonna ask. What was the response?
Yeah, and that's what I'm wondering. Like, cause if the response, I don't know what's responsible to, I guess, had sated you in that situation. Cause me, like I said, the response from the judge was odd. The response from the brother, I understand because I mean, I had somebody kill my brother. I wanted that dude dead, but at the end of the day, I had to get over it. It is what it is. I can't just live with that hate in my heart. And, that's just what it is. And them, fixing her hair and all that, I'm like, I thought that was extra. They didn't have to do all that, but I wasn't really mad at it. I just looked at it like it was just corny. I was like, this is just corny to me.
I mean, put it like it's ridiculous because you have a jury. Yeah. You have court officers, court officials fixing people's hair, which would impact how they see that defendant. That's why lawyers fight hard. Oh, I don't want my client coming in handcuffs. I don't want my client to get bail so he doesn't have to come in wearing certain attire. They fight for the perception in the courtroom. all of this shit is ridiculous, right? So my thing is that again, we've fallen so far down from who we are that we think this shit is normalized. Now, if you talk the question about anger.
Well, no, not anger. I'm just saying, like, what do you think would have been the proper response?
Whatever your natural human response would be. Like I said, if that is how he acts on every level in his real life, he loves everybody every day. I doubt it, right? So it's like, who does that, right? Now again, people get mad over bullshit. Somebody kills your brother in cold blood in his own goddamn apartment. The judge allowed the castle law to be introduced that says that if I'm in my house, I can shoot an intruder. Well, he was in his house, and she allowed that.
Actually, I read that, so I had to go because I was like, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So I actually looked up the law because I was like, I need to read this entire fucking law because I don't fucking get it. Like, how the fuck? But it also says if you feel that your property or your home has been taken away from you, you can use force to take it back. So in my mind, I'm like, maybe the argument was, okay, this person has now like taken my home. Like, if she really thought, I don't think she really thought it, but if she really thought that this was her home and she needed to repossess her home from this intruder, then the castle law would apply. I don't think that's what she thought, but the defense attorney could argue it.
Yeah, it wouldn't have gone.
I mean, it was quite established that, you know, first she was tired from work, then she's preoccupied with sexting a married man, right? So she changed her storyline, right? Now that his apartment was fairly small, right? At least in the pictures that I saw, it's set up in a certain kind of way. You know, if you have 10 neighbors, the likelihood of your 10 neighbors having the same fucking setup with the same furniture as you is 0, right? So when I have a television on, I can clearly see every goddamn thing in the living room. Even no matter what the fucking size of the living room is. His was a particularly small living room. But the fact that you don't notice that is fucking ridiculous beyond belief. So
you sure you wasn't a prosecutor back in the day?
Yeah, that's another job. That's another job.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I ain't telling nobody this before.
Hey, he helped build that apartment.
No. I'm just saying. I mean, all these facts.
Okay, you sound like Joe Matlock right now. I don't know what the fuck.
I'm just being real. Your television's on in your living room. You see everything.
Yeah.
It ain't dark. He's clearly watching. It was without a doubt he's watching television, eating ice cream. You can't tell me it's dark then.
No, I get what you're saying.
So that's all.
In regards to like because this is what I saw on my timeline personally. The first thing that I saw was so many people attacking the brother, like so many people, and I was like, damn, like hold up, like sheesh, like that. So that kind of took me by surprise, honestly. Would that have been my reaction? Hell no. But I'm also looking for a reason to commit justifiable homicide. So that's not, you know what I'm saying? Like I know I don't have the same heart or brain or as much compassion as he displayed, whether he displays it in his real life or not. So that's not something that I knew that I could see myself doing. Yeah. But I'm not gonna write it off and say it's not something that he could realistically do. And when I heard him speak, he said, because I heard some people take it as far as, oh, well, his family has forgiven them and blah, blah, blah. Now, I didn't hear what the family said. I didn't hear any statements that the family made, but I watched what he said, and what he said was he was afraid to even say these things out loud. Like, he hadn't even said it in front of his family prior to getting on the stand. And he repeatedly said, this is just how I feel. Now, I'm not speaking for my family. I'm not speaking for anybody else, just me. So what I took from that was, family probably feel a little differently behind closed doors. Like, they probably feel a little differently. So it was just, like, people jump from.
It would be hard for me to believe the whole family feel like how he feels.
But it was like, I saw, like, they jumped from him to the entire family to all Caribbean people to all black people. I was like, damn, hold up, run it back. I'm confused. I missed something, you know? So I thought that was interesting. I mean, I feel like if that's who he truly is towards people, then I have no issues with it. I understand that, you know, we've experienced a lot of wrongdoings. We still do experience a lot of wrongdoings, absolutely. Travesties. However, I think that it gives another person on a personal level, it gives another person power when their behavior dictates what you do. And that's not to say like, oh well, it's my pull a gun, I'm gonna just take the bullet. Not saying that, but like, like in general, like if somebody is an asshole, if I'm not genuinely an asshole, I'm not gonna be an asshole to you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna let you take me out of character, whether it's because of hate or anger or whatever. And I understand that that's a natural human reaction, but I just feel like as a race, what I kept seeing was, well, they did this and they do this and blah blah blah. None of that is wrong, but why does what they do have to dictate who we naturally are? You know what I'm saying? If you're naturally a person that's like, okay, yeah, I'm ready to go. Like you want vengeance naturally, then do that. But everybody isn't that way, and it's not because everyone is. Because I know people who aren't Christians or people who haven't been indoctrinated with religions or religion. Thank you. And they still don't have that natural aggression, for lack of a better term. They're just like, nice people. I don't want no smoke.
See what the problem is? Aggression. As black men are always taught that, even whether subliminal or subconsciously, don't be too aggressive, right? So my point is, there's nothing wrong with aggression.
I didn't say there was.
But I'm saying like use the word aggression.
Yeah.
As far as like, it's like this is a case of someone shouldn't show aggression when someone shoots his brother in cold blood.
No, that's not what I said.
No, that's not what you said. But I'm saying when you intertwine the word aggression, right? When it comes to a reaction from people, giving people strength by, as you said, by how you react to such things. My thing is that people survive on the planet Earth when they respond to things like that. Like earlier in the week, right? I think when I forwarded you what the Oath Keepers said, that there will be a hot civil war if Trump is impeached. None of those niggas got shot. But they still 24,000 strong in them said, if you do anything to our boy, there will be a hot civil war. A pastor said that.
Okay.
Jeffries. So my point is, we don't know our history. We always do this, and then we always get decimated because of it. We should be reacting like, take this shit seriously. If she had a text message that said she was at a parade with one of her cop friends, and they texted back and forth, according to the court records, that she had an MLK parade, and she says, they're joking, oh, when is the parade over? And she says, oh, when a nigga gets shot. Oh, so what that openly tells me what she is. Now, the brother heard that shit in court. Because I heard the shit from the court record. Then another friend said, oh, I have a dog, but the dog is racist. She says, me too. I mean, that's anecdotal. That's like circumstantial. But it gives you a line of what she's about. Then forget about her posts and all this, the signs she's flashing. That's why I said it's important to know the signs, the tattoos, and what they talk about. Because you can't give these people the benefit of the doubt. Why would you give them the benefit of the doubt?
But what I'm saying is, that's like,
blinking.
That's how, if that's who he is naturally, my whole point is, be who you are naturally. If that is his reaction naturally, I don't think he should be accosted, because that's what I've seen on my timeline. Like, they have been dragging this boy.
I'm sure.
I don't think he should be accosted if that is who he actually is.
Sure.
Like, that wouldn't be my first instinct.
But he's 18.
That bitch need to go to jail for life.
But he's 18, highly religious, and he believes that's the most Christian thing to do. I get it.
Maybe.
But he is 18, right? Doesn't know much of anything. I have a 17-year-old son and a 17-year-old daughter. I look at them like, yeah, they don't know much of a goddamn thing. So I don't put no onus on what he really says. I mean, he's hurting, he's emotional, he really might feel that way, but he really doesn't know the world at all, right? So I would never accost him, but I'm just saying the whole scene from other adults that are much older than him is ridiculous. And we've done this over and over again in our past. And it's like Michael X said about the non-violent movement. You can't tell us to be nonviolent when afterwards being violent. Why do I have to be nonviolent? Right? You have an ability to protect yourself. And I'm not blanketing everybody. Everybody of a certain race is not any one way. I'm talking about people who have shown a history of open violence against people. Not every white person does this, just so it doesn't get confused. But people who have shown that and show that they joined with groups that explore this idea, because they could have used any war. They used the Civil War for a reason, right? You could have used the War of 1812, which is more exact to what they're talking about. But they use the Civil War for a fucking reason, right? So let's not get it confused. So let's not.
That's what they do get that confused. That's why they only say the one out of both of them because they get it confused.
Why?
What's that? Because America's stupid. They don't know the difference between 1812 and the Revolution. Just give me a heads up. Like,
well, I would disagree because when you have people that reenact wars and reenact battles, that's what they do, and that's what oath keepers do. They reenact battles. So if you're gonna tell me they don't understand what the War of 1812 was about, what the war, the Spanish American War was about, and the Civil War was about, it's ridiculous. Most people don't even fucking know that was all one goddamn long war. It wasn't even separate, right? So they understand what that's about. It is a direct conflict of what they believe, what they hold true, and they use the language as they want to use it. They're not fucking around. That pastor doesn't know what the Civil War meant as opposed to the War of 1812 and how we look at it.
I don't want to go into no history lesson.
It's not a history lesson, but I'm just saying the language and his base, as I said 2 weeks ago, are showing themselves, and all that has to happen for them to show violence. That's more than anything. That's violence. It's for him to be impeached. So we still like responding as a natural human fucking being is somehow wrong. Now that kid is a kid, and he's hurting. I get it. I have no smoke for him. The whole scene was just crazy.
Yeah, the whole scene was crazy, but I mean,
but if people choose to respond to the violence with non-violence, that is their choice. Everyone doesn't respond to violence with violence. Like that's factual. Like everyone does not respond the same way. Like that's their choice.
Right.
That's it.
I think when I saw everybody on Facebook talk about it, and I've seen this with many situations, it's all group thought. In the moment that somebody thinks outside of the group, outside of the tribe, then exactly.
It's like attacked. You get attacked.
It's like, well, no, I just don't. It's like I don't subscribe to what you're saying. Like I just don't. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong either. I just think.
And then when I see like, and like I said, I can only go off what I saw on my timeline, but I feel like a lot of times when this happens, or even in a less extreme, I won't even say extreme because it's not an extreme case. It happens all the time. In a less violent case, like you know what I'm saying, like a friend of mine, she was at work. This white man, older white man, he got out of pocket, talking loud and shit, and he came back and he apologized later, and she was like, I just ignored him, and I was like, oh well, you know, why'd you do that? And she was like, I feel like he needed to learn his lesson. I said, okay, so what was the lesson? And she was like, well, he can't just talk to people any kind of way. I said, okay, but he apologized. So what else? What else do like? How else can he show that he's learned his lesson short of not talking to you like that again when he comes back?
Yeah.
So my question, like when I see things like that on a smaller scale, I'm like, all right, I understand that when we, especially from the area that we're from, you know what I'm saying, we come in and we see a white person that's like rude or out of pocket, blah, blah, blah. The first thing we think is, oh, you talking to me like that because I'm black, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. I'm not saying that's not incorrect, but what's the solution? You know what I'm saying?
Get back over here, Jake.
Like, what's the, because being an asshole still doesn't teach that person, if they're open and or willing to learn, being an asshole doesn't, in my opinion, still doesn't get the point across. They're still going to be an asshole to the next person. And they'll still be an asshole to you the next time they come back in. So, what's the point? Like, where we go? What's the goal? What are we trying to do here?
Where's the end game?
Yeah, what's the goal?
Sometimes crackers just come from Philadelphia.
Okay.
I'm not mad.
So, I don't know. It's just interesting to me.
I kind of have the only issue I really have with it. I mean, you know, besides the judge,
Willie, what's up, G?
thugging the ladies. I I'm not so sure about the sentencing. What, you only got 10 years?
10 years, yeah.
That part I didn't really.
Yeah.
Especially in a state like Texas.
Yeah,
Texas
be on it.
You get
they
murdered.
Be fucking on it now. They be on it. However, they do have a history of being lenient towards white women. Like even when they do commit, even when they murder like their husbands, they be like out in a couple of years.
Technically, it's a death sentence because she's a cop going in prison.
Yeah, but they gonna look out.
She ain't gonna make it past like 2 months at most.
They gonna look out. In my opinion, this is just now. I don't know that this is factual, but I believe that it was racially motivated. So I believe that when she does go to jail, the cops gonna look out. They gonna put her with her people. Her people gonna look. That's just my belief. I don't know that it's factual. That's just what I believe.
I mean, yeah, I agree. Like, I mean, I'm just saying, like, the fact that she was a cop and she gets locked up. I mean, it ain't like a molester or a child rapist or something like that. That's a whole different. That's a whole. I feel like
they got a strong Aryan brotherhood out there. That's all I'm saying, dog.
Yeah,
I feel like she good.
I feel like she good. They like, oh, you killed a nigger? Oh, you good with her?
And cold blood. Only got 10 years.
You only got 10 years.
Shit, hot damn.
You a hero in my book. So I don't feel like somebody's in danger at all. I'm just me personally. When she gets locked up,
I think they're gonna look out.
Yeah, I think they're gonna look out. Like I said, I have a problem with the sentencing. I just don't. That's far too lenient for a crime of that magnitude.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Now the other part that I did not like was where the judge told them that they could consider it a crime of passion, which would carry a lower sentence, and I was like, maybe I need to look up what crime of passion means because I think I'm lost. But I do know that legal definitions and actual definitions are very fucking different. Like very fucking even that castle law, like. Bro, anybody could kill anybody, really and truly. All you got to do is say, "Hey, they was trying to rob me." Like it doesn't say you have to use it doesn't say like, "Oh, you have to think that your life is in danger." It says you can use whatever force necessary to take back said property.
Well, the only problem
that's all it says.
The problem I have with what you said is the judge considered that.
The judge told the jury to consider it being a crime of passion when they went in for sentencing. Yeah. So that.
But ain't that the lawyer's job?
No, the judge can instruct the jurors as well.
Oh, to get a lower sentence, to try to get a lighter sentence for the. Because what I'm saying is, if the judge is telling the jury to consider it a crime of passion, would that mean that the sentence will be lenient based on the crime, more lenient? It would be more justification for a lenient.
Yeah, it would be an option. Yeah, to make it.
Yeah, all she's doing is putting that out on the table for.
Yeah.
A lawyer, one of the lawyers will come to the judge, and they'll debate that, and then it's the judge's choice to say, when you're deliberating, these are the things that you can consider. Yeah, and that's it.
Okay.
Anything else?
No.
I know what I want to do.
So I'm happy.
Yep.
Well, I wanted to talk to my guest.
What the fuck?
I'm
we didn't get to talk to. She just here chilling. You don't want to talk.
Y'all want me to come? I'm here. I'm chilling.
You ain't want to talk. Tell the people about yourself.
Ain't nothing to know about myself.
I think we're a little too late for that.
No, we ain't.
So fuck.
Ain't never too late.
Anytime you want to join in, feel free. No pressure. No pressure.
You can't force her to talk. Was she ready to talk to her?
I asked her, do you want to ask? I just ain't forced. I just asked, do you want to? You don't know about it. Okay, so I want to talk about how do y'all feel about the whole, if you follow sports, the whole college in California.
Oh, in California.
Yeah.
Oh, I read that. Right. Yeah. That's interesting.
For the people who might not know what's going on, I don't want to butcher it, so I'm just going off the top of the head. The state of California has now signed, it's already in effect, I guess, where their student athletes can make money off of their likeness. So anything
provided that the school brings in $10 million or more in revenue.
There you go. So you are a football player and motherfuckers are buying your jersey and you're getting bread off of that, you're gonna get paid for it. I saw a lot of people angry at this shit. They're like, "Oh, you got paid already, and the payment was, a full scholarship and free board and all." I'm like, do you know why these?
I'm about to say they do not go hand in hand, bro.
No, they don't.
Like people leave college football and they be fucked up. Fucked up, and sometimes they don't even tell them.
That's the crazy part. A lot of people don't realize this too. You play college ball, right? You're not guaranteed to make it to the pros at all.
You're not.
The number and the percent chance to make it to the pros is pretty fucking
I've known
slim.
I've known a number of guys who thought that they were going and like they went and got the physical and like on a MRI or some shit they like, hey, we can't take you because XYZ and they ain't no shit because the school ain't telling them.
And that's the other thing too is that they give you full scholarship when you're going to college, but if you get injured in college, everything's gone. You're paying the rest of your college degree out of your own pocket.
That happened to a guy from back home. He like got hit, fucked up his entire back, couldn't play anymore. Whole scholarship gone.
That happened to my brother. My brother was playing for Lehigh and ripped both ACLs.
Oh,
and they had to pay for the rest of it.
And then on top of that, they gotta realize that even though they're paying for room and board and tuition and everything, college students still be broke. They need money for. That's what I'm saying. So it's not gonna cover everything they need to be. Because when I was in college, I had 3 jobs, and I was tired as hell.
Right. So, why do you think everybody eating fucking ramen
and
shit?
So
stealing fucking crab legs and shit like that. That's what James Winston did.
Like I talked to a couple of athletes, and they said that they like broke into people's houses just to make sure that they were able to eat.
How about this? I know
we had a basketball star from Mercer. He was selling drugs.
I was just about to say that. Like I know a bunch of dudes that went to college. They were still selling weed and shit. And they're selling crack, all that shit, just to get by. Like I gotta eat.
And then my thing is like I feel like if they're going to equate the two, you can't just take into account the room and board. You also have to take into account. I feel like there should be a way for them to see how much money could they potentially make if they were allowed to leave early, like basketball players can. Like if they could go straight to the league, you know what I'm saying? Like, because how much money are you missing?
I think they started doing that with the basketball again because before they stopped letting you go straight out of high school.
Yeah, it was like a year.
Yeah, they were like, at least do a year. Yeah. Which I feel like you should do anyway because just because you were good in high school don't mean you're going to be good when you get to
No, that's not what that means. No. But I just feel like they should take that into consideration as opposed to saying, oh, well, you know, you on the field, you get in free education. So that's not an even swap is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, they be big as shit. Like, as big as they are in college, they be that fucking big in the league too. Like, they big as shit.
Well, I look at it like, you know, the majority of the students who are affected, let's face it, from college and basketball are black kids who, a lot of them come from disenfranchised, you know.
They're trying to get out.
Right. They're trying to find a way out. And you come from a poor neighborhood, you're trying to make it. You playing for a coach who's making $10 million a year. The university making millions and billions of dollars off of your likeness, and you can't see a dime of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then your chances of making it to the actual league where you can make real money to support your family are very slim. Like you have to be like you one injury away from your whole dream being squashed. So it's kind of I'm not gonna say it's kind of like a slap in the face to me because I mean if as an athlete you seeing all these people making money around you, but if your coach buys you lunch, that's a violation. And a multi-millionaire, 10 times over. I can't even afford to fly my parents out here to see the game.
Exactly. Or be like, yo, let me buy you a jacket because it's cold as fuck up here. You ain't got no money for no jacket.
Yeah.
Your parents ain't got no money because
they can't do that shit.
No, they
coach can't buy shit for the student.
No, they can't do shit. Bro, coach can't. Certain people like boosters on. They can't.
Boosters do it. They get paid. Boosters be paid.
Oh yeah, boosters.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but under the table. But if it's known,
if they get caught,
how about this?
I'm about to say they get caught. The boosters don't get in trouble. The athletes do.
How about this? Fab Five.
Right.
Fab Five. That's a prime example.
Look at Reggie Bush. They erased his whole. He had one of the greatest college years in history. They erased their whole year. That shit ain't even in the record book.
Over booster shit.
Over
some bullshit.
And I mean, I seen the man with my own eyes that year. That man was one of the greatest running backs in history. You can't find that in the history books nowhere because of some boosters. When that man, like I said, he came from a poor neighborhood.
He never went back to USC, I'll tell you that.
Well, that's because the NCAA banned him.
Yeah, but he was like, fuck it. I wouldn't go back if they lifted this shit anyway.
Yeah, he's like, fuck it. I mean, he went to the league and,
balled out, got a ring.
Yeah, got a ring, got his money, but everybody don't, get that path.
Yeah.
And then they try to hide behind we use the money from football and basketball to pay for other programs.
Bullshit.
Exactly. Y'all make so much money you can fund those without
fucking
the basketball or football.
They do fund all the other sports with the basketball and football.
Yeah.
I'm about to say other sports, yes, but that's it. Like that shit not going towards academic scholarships. None of that shit. None of that.
But I feel like they could give those kids something. You don't have to give them hundreds of thousands of dollars. But you give them something.
Like a stipend.
Yeah,
Exactly,
like,
some type of stipend.
commensurate with what that school makes
Yeah.
on the athletes. And then like the average football players, even if they make it, it's like 3 years average.
For football, yeah.
And then out of the whole history of the NBA, only 3,000 people have performed in the NBA. That number, 3,000 in the whole goddamn history of the whole fucking organization. It's so unlikely that you're going to be playing.
How about this?
That sport.
Sebastian Telfair was a monster in high school. Ridiculous. Got to the leagues, trash as fuck. Trash.
Man, how you emphasize that fuck?
Oh, he was trash. But it's one of
He
those
explained
situations.
it though.
But and the thing is, you know what I'm saying? Like, instead of going to college, which a lot of people probably should do, they go straight to the league because it's like, I got to get that money. Because at the end of the day, it's like, yo, I got a family depending on me. Because ain't none of them motherfuckers athletic or smart or funny or can write or whatever. I'm not even trying to be an asshole. I'm just saying that's just what it is. A lot of them were like, yo, they didn't have their talents to get where they got at. All this shit is riding on me, so I got to do what I got to do to make sure my mom, sister, whatever it is eating. These kids are getting through school. I got money to put in the house, to, you know, for heat or air conditioning, whatever it is. So that's their mindset. So I would think a lot of players or a lot of these kids will stay in school a little bit longer, at least learn something also. Like bullshit.
But being the devil's advocate, you got to see where some of these people come from. Like, I don't know nothing from sports, but say for example, I'm not trying to put down nobody. Say they came from an unprivileged family. They're not gonna know how to budget their money. So as soon as they get some money, they gonna ball out. And then when that money gone, their house getting repossessed, foreclosed, their cars getting repossessed, the chains are depreciating. So I mean, it's also a cycle too with their finances and the cycle of their lives as well.
But I feel like they're doing it in college because I mean, coaches, they dictate what those athletes take. Like they make this when they come in, their schedule is made top to bottom, like around their training. So if they're gonna make sure that they can get paid, they can also make sure that they're in a finance management course. Like it's not, I was
just gonna say I wanted to send a shout out. I know a lot of people hate this man, but the man uses his influence and power to make things happen, and that's LeBron James. Because the governor,
Who hates that man?
No, a lot of people hate him. I'm just saying from a basketball standpoint.
We don't like him because, you know.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm talking about
No. A lot of people, I don't think they hate him. They just don't like that he plays on a different team.
No, a lot of people hate him. They think he's arrogant and like people have told me they hate LeBron James. They don't like nothing about him.
Wow,
yeah,
that's interesting.
But I see if you hate Michael Jordan. I can see Michael Jordan.
But I'm saying, regardless of how they feel, what I'm saying is, regardless of how you feel about him, the man had the governor of California on the show The Shop on HBO signed that bill. And the crazy part that people are not thinking about is this man worth probably $500 million, couple $100 million. He's set, but he's like, I want to look out for those people who not getting paid because I could have went down the road. I was fortunate to skip college and go straight to the pros, but I'm looking out for college athletes because I know I could have been in that position. Can you imagine if LeBron James, he was already a star before. I was watching his high school games on ESPN. He was already a star. If he'd have went to Duke, they'd have made so much money off of his likeness. He wouldn't have seen a dime of that money.
What's the dude that just left? Yeah. I'm sure they
$10,000
4 seats for a college game, dog.
Yeah, I remember that.
Fucking Barack Obama bought a ticket to see this nigga play. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I remember that.
Look at you.
And that was like, when I seen that, I was like, $10,000 for a seat for a college game?
They wildin'.
And this man can't see a dime of that?
None.
And we all know why he there. And what they'll do is they'll sell you a jersey with your number on it, but they don't have your name on you.
Yeah.
But we all know who the fuck that is. Come on, stop. I mean, you buy a number 2 Michigan jersey, you know it's Charles Woodson. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it should be a straight percentage about whatever your school makes off of that team that the year you're there.
Or even if it's just a gradual thing, because according to what I read, they're not even allowed to like be paid to coach at like athletic camps. They're not allowed to do like their own thing, promote like nothing on their own, nothing. Like they
you gotta
can't.
Do shit and they be that for free.
Just everything is for free. Like that's like damn. I mean, even if they're not getting your money, they could at least get their money. Like shit.
AJ Green is a receiver. I think he played for. I don't remember who he played for. Georgia. He played for Georgia. This motherfucker
from South Carolina. AJ Green.
No. Is that where he's from? I don't know where he's from.
Sumter. South Carolina?
Possibly. That's probably him. He's a receiver in the league.
Come on, basketball or
football?
But
he played for Bengals.
He played for Georgia. got suspended for trying to make money off his own jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's ridiculous to me. Like he probably needed money at the time or whatever. But the jersey is his. Oh, isn't it? Okay, then we're talking about the same one. Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's like this is my jersey. I own it. But because it has this college name on it,
I still can't
make money off it. It's still a violation.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
And I mean, I don't know how the NCAA got away with this, but this shit is.
But I feel like when it started, like, could be wrong, but I feel like when it started, they probably weren't making like the kind of money that they were making now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like back in the day, okay, yeah, it was a fair exchange, but now,
you get multi-billion-dollar sponsorships.
Yeah, now not so much. It's not a fair exchange.
Amateurism, student
athlete. The comment that the NCAA put out on their Instagram or Twitter, one of those, they were basically like, we agree that changes need to be made, but we don't think that it should be something that's left up to states. It should be something that's done on a national level by us. I mean, nigga, how long we supposed to
Right,
wait?
that's what, like, y'all
like,
been around for
y'all had a long time to do this. Like,
they got a thing on their jersey say 100, like the NFL had 100 years, they say 150 years.
They had a long time. People been complaining about it. So
y'all ain't did shit in 150 years, so now we're supposed to, you know.
And so now they're like, well, it's gonna make it confusing. Like, what about for those states that don't have it? Blah blah blah. Okay, whenever something changes, there's always some scrambling in between. Figure that shit out. What you gonna do? Ban them? I doubt it.
That shit is crazy.
Not California schools.
They talk about
fucking
equity
doubt
and
it.
fairness, right? But the same 4 fucking teams is in the national championship every year.
Every year, though.
Like, you're not balanced.
Yeah, it really ain't.
Like, you know who's going to be in this shit.
But
Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State.
That's Alabama for sure.
But here's the thing that somebody else brought up to me that I didn't think about. Now you gotta look at it on a kind of a double-edged sword. Now athletes who be like, I will sign with Alabama, but I can't make no money there.
Oh,
see what these California schools talking about.
It sounds like the rest of the states need to step their game up there.
And then on the flip side, what'll happen is a lot of schools who would play California schools won't play them, just to kind of punish their state. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because a lot of schools make money from playing big name schools.
Right.
So what they'll do is like if Alabama was to play a small California school, they're going to cut the check for $2 million just for the game. You know. Yeah. But they'll be like, because of that law, we won't come to your school for whatever reason, because maybe the coach or the athletic director of their college don't agree with it. So to punish, that state, they won't schedule games to play in California. So, I mean, it could be on a business end. But if I'm a father and my son is ultra talented, and I mean, you gotta look at it. If we come from a poor neighborhood, man, go to California. Fuck Alabama and Florida. If they ain't trying to we're trying to secure the bag. You know what I'm saying? Go to California, see what you can. You still gonna be a star, and you can make a little money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, they making money. We trying to make money. It's dollar bill, y'all.
California's
everything around.
They be moving, boy. They be pushing the laws out, boy.
Yeah, I shout out to California for they was the first domino to fall. It's kind of like when Colorado and Washington became the first states to really legalize weed. Now
Bro, they had the app. Like, they was advertising. It was like weed on the go or some shit. Like, you could download the app and you could see like ratings on people who deliver, what shops you could go to. For real, like my friend's husband got 2 blunts delivered to the hotel, already rolled, dog. Real nigga shit. Ratings and everything, dog. They was promoting that shit like at the airport and the cab, like the little bicycles. They had that shit. Listen, they got ratings, all that shit. I was like,
man, I even heard they got in one of those states they got a weed cafe where like they bring the food out to you, then they bring different weed out like wine, like you want the OG Master Kush or the Moon Rocks or
the hybrid.
You got the Fruity Pebbles.
They actually do that.
What would you like?
Some of this White Widow. Exactly. Or if you're feeling gully, some of this sour diesel.
Would you like a ribeye with some White Widow?
So I used to go with Nancy all the time to go to one of those shops all the time. And it was funny because like you walk in and it kind of looks like a regular store, everything's behind the glass and all that stuff. And they'd be like, well, here's a brownie with a little bit of cherry, and we're gonna give you this mint fruit roll up to go with it, just to make it, it was like a pairing, like was like going into
like
Italian
fine
restaurant.
dining.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah.
This is high class weed smoke.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not gonna fill it right away.
Swirling the bong in your hand. Yes.
You got to waft it. You got to
waft
around
it in a glass and smell it.
Yeah, you
got to
waft
funky.
it.
It's intoxicating.
Listen, you know how with the wine they take the cork off and let the lady smell it, and they just open, ma'am, open the bag like.
It's the stickiest of it.
It's the ooeyest of the ooeyest. It's the ooeyest of the weed.
Listen, they got weed connoisseurs out this bitch.
Oh, wow.
Like,
You be like Dave Chappelle half baked. Wowie, wowie.
that shit crazy, dog. It's just so interesting to see how that's changed because I remember like when they first legalized it in Colorado and shit, like they couldn't even take their money to the bank because technically it was still illegal federally.
Yeah.
So
has that changed? I wonder how they.
No, it's actually. Technically, no, they're not allowed to still use the bank, but they're allowed to use. They allowed them to start having their another business.
Oh, legal money laundering.
Wow.
Yes.
Ain't that
So
some shit?
that's like, that's
hilarious.
where I'm going with this. The
Government allows you to
documentary.
legally money
The
laundering.
documentary that I saw was like the dude there. So this dude who was a police officer, or I guess he was like a detective or whatever. He left that job and started a security business for the weed businesses, and he would transport funds. He would transport products, making brought other friends from the force with him. So now he has this whole lane, and because they can't, I mean, who they gonna call? They have to call him. He was like, yeah, before I was locking people up. Now
Wait, where was that?
I'm trafficking. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
It was in Colorado.
That's
It was
what you
Colorado.
call American capitalism at its finest.
Yeah, but that's crazy to me because I'm like, damn, like I've known a couple, good dealers out there, and I've seen so many documentaries, and it's like people in underprivileged areas been doing this shit for fucking years, dog. Like literally could have been billionaires by now. Real nigga shit. Like.
That's just like scratch off in the lottery. The motherfuckers was running numbers in the hood for years. And
yeah, I mean,
they was like,
same thing with
we're
alcohol.
gonna make money off this and make it legal.
Moonshine was out this bit. Then
Right.
Prohibition.
Exactly.
Damn, prohibition.
Shout out to Casper Weinstein.
Oh, whoever that is.
Invented the numbers game.
Oh, okay.
Don't say cool.
So, how does the numbers game work, guys? Because I don't know how that shit works.
I don't even.
Well, back in the.
I don't know.
That's how it works.
But we know we got the perfect man to answer that
Well, I'll
question.
tell you.
Because he's gonna be like, yeah, so I went back and I invented it.
I actually got an
That
idea.
was my first job.
We took a selfie.
Hey, listen,
I believe that
he
shit.
was like, he was like,
On my iPhone.
I'm about to say, he was like Michael Bay. See, he had to write them down. You know
He
what
was
I'm saying?
like, me and Bubby Johnson went to school together.
God damn, Joe ain't that damn old now.
I don't know. He got some
He's
stories. I don't know.
I'm gonna say two things. Keep it real short. Y'all niggas don't like me to talk. Oh shit!
Ooh.
We spicy tonight.
Yeah, what?
So, alright, real quick fun fact, right?
What's up?
So Jack Johnson, the boxer, I'm sure you know who Jack Johnson
Yes,
is.
sir.
Right?
No, but it's okay.
Jack Johnson.
Yeah, he was heavyweight champion.
One of
Beat
the
the
earliest.
fuck out of
Early
people.
1900s. They basically did the movie King Kong about him. King Kong was based on Jack Johnson.
Oh, never seen anything. It's cool though.
But, you heard of it.
I thought of Jack Johnson when the boxing in Harlem Nights when he was coming in to speak easy.
Yeah.
That's what I always
Yeah.
Oh.
they portrayed him as
I saw
Jack
that.
Johnson.
So he's an early turn of the century boxer, one of like 600 and over, some shit like that. Jack Johnson was an inventor. He invented the fucking wrench, right? His competition was so jealous that he invented this. Like before Jack Johnson, the boxer, he had many inventions. Before him, there was no such thing as a fucking wrench, right? That is why until today they call it the monkey wrench. That's a little tip. All right, just a tip.
Wow.
All right, but the numbers game is based on back in the day. So Casper Weinstein, black from St. Croix, invented the numbers game from the start, right? So what they used to do was they would use how the horses finished in the trifecta, because there was only 3 numbers back then, and they didn't have like the big mega millions and shit, just 3 numbers. And based on how the horses finished in the trifecta, that is how the number was determined.
Oh, okay.
So you write the number. So you have your number. You say 4, 5, 6, right?
That's how you had to say it.
Damn. 4, 5, and 6.
That's how I would say it. 319.
Hey, buddy, 126.
So basically, your horse finishes third, and the next one in the double finished the second, and that's how the numbers fit.
Oh, cool.
So it's based on a horse. The horse.
Yeah,
This is why
and
that
they was
shit's still
how
prevalent
does,
today.
how does Harlem? They was like, how do these motherfuckers, black people, have so much fucking money? It's the numbers. Like my mom had $10,000 notches off my whole fucking life. She was a numbers queen, so that's how it started.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
History from Joe.
Okay, we got random facts. We got history.
And I learned something today.
Always a great day.
Exactly. Teaching our white brothers.
One white brother at a time.
Yo, one white brother at a time. I'm over y'all, dog.
You ain't shit. So, I know we've been talking about Tekashi for a while, right?
Is that trial over? I thought it was done.
No, I think
It's still going?
Is it still going?
He got more to tell.
Yeah, he got a lot more to tell. Cause, we talked about how
Somebody
he was
said he told Marty who ate the cookies out the cookie jar. I was fucking dead, dog. I was fucking dead. I was like, Lord.
Somebody said he told Martin what time he worked here.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Did you see the one where they was like, do you know the Muffin Man? I was like, come on, dog.
I can't drink.
But apparently he like declined.
That's the not talking about.
Yeah,
He
protect the
declined.
details.
He about to die.
Somebody was like, well, of course he don't need it. He already put everybody in jail. What the fuck? Like, that was funny.
Nah, but this is because he feel like he can go back to the streets. And
He's not gonna go back to the same streets, is
I
he?
think he will.
Oh.
I think he will. I don't. And it's weird because I think with the way that some of these young kids are now, they'll probably be okay with him.
I gotta say, I don't want to wish death on nobody, but I feel like if I was a gangster, like a Jim Jones type of gangster, like, no, I mean like real life, the kill some people.
Pearl Handle Dean.
You know what I'm saying? Pearl Handle Dean. Real talk, my grandma did have a Pearl Handle pistol, and she but like I feel like if I was that kind of gangster. You know what I'm saying? It's this small. It's a little 22, ain't much. If I was that kind of gangster, there's no way I could let him come back to the streets and not kill him. Like, or if I knew that kind of gangster and they let him come back to the streets and not kill him, I'm talking, yo, he gotta go. Sorry.
Yeah.
That is the code of the streets.
That's how I feel.
mean, you're right. I don't feel like maybe somebody brought up because I was looking at the Joe Budden podcast, and one of his homies was like, he has a problem with the memes.
Which one was it? Was it the black dude or the white dude?
The black dude.
Mal.
Yeah. He said he had a problem with the memes because people are making fun of snitching. And he's like, I know real people who went to jail over snitching. And y'all, by making fun of it, y'all normalizing it and making this.
Okay. Sorry.
I was trying to tell him, shut your sensitive ass up.
Well, first of all, let me just say this, okay? All right. Now, I don't necessarily condone snitching. I'm not gonna say if I was looking at life that I probably wouldn't give up a motherfucker I didn't like.
Exactly.
However, what we're not going to do is blame the people that snitching. Motherfucker, you did the crime. Like, where's the personal accountability?
I kind of was thinking of that too. I was thinking of that too.
And my grandma always said, if you're gonna do something wrong, you better do it by your damn self if you don't want nobody to know. So.
I mean, you got to think about it. If you're ingrained in that lifestyle, it ain't but two ways out.
So Granny was gangster also.
Granny had a machete in the car. Yeah, she was with the shits. She had a machete, a handgun, and a shotgun. She was with the shits. I like that.
Trying to get in? Oh, when we trying to get in? Go ahead.
Shout out to Granny Angie. Miss you. RP.
Martha didn't snitch.
I'm done.
Oh,
That's true. That is facts. That is facts. You're right.
Oh, shit.
But old boy was saying that we making fun of the whole snitching situation because he like I don't recall when mafia people snitch. People don't put funny memes out or anything like that. But
I mean, but when was the last time they had a large case like that?
Well, I'm just saying. Like,
so I wish I was like social media was not as big as it was when the mafia got taken down, and we make fun of the mafia all the time.
We do now.
They do it in movies and everywhere else because they didn't have memes.
They
do it
definitely
in
didn't have
movies.
memes.
So it's like in the mafia, shit, everybody snitched. Nothing happened to them people. They didn't kill each other and shit like that. The only person who probably got killed was did Sammy the Bull even get killed?
Nah.
No,
because his daughter came back into the whole reality TV show.
So Sammy the Bull, he lived. Who else? There was a lot of people who just didn't get killed.
What got killed recently? Your boy who Johnny Depp played in Black Mass. Whitey
Oh
Bulger.
yeah, he got shot by a drive-by, right?
He just got killed.
Like
He got killed in
something.
he got killed in prison.
He lived a long
Yeah,
happy life.
he got killed in prison.
Wasn't
I
he
don't know
like
if he snitched
outside
though.
playing cards or some shit like that?
Well, no, he
Yeah.
did.
Walker.
Yeah.
Whitey Bulger snitched on other gangsters. He didn't snitch on nobody he was with. So his whole thing was, I'm gonna snitch on the competition
Yeah.
to get them the fuck out of here. 'Cause, you know, he was in Boston, so he's trying to get them the fuck out of here. But he's like, I'm not snitching on my guys.
Oh, okay.
I'm snitching on them.
But he did get killed
Pretty much,
recently.
yeah.
I mean,
Fuck him.
listen, for the dude that said that, my response to him would be, well, your dudes that went to jail, did they do it?
My response to him like, yo, eat a dick, nigga. Like,
Did they
shut
fucking do
up.
it?
Like, stop being a bitch. It's funny.
People forget Jay-Z snitched, 50 Cent snitched. I mean, on plane and.
I mean, Jay-Z, 50 Cent
He snitched hard.
50 Cent said, hey, listen, y'all talk all you want, but I mean, I can understand his position. Like,
Yeah, because he's a snitch. That's why I'm saying.
Oh, shit.
I can understand his position.
He's a real
Shit.
snitch out
Yeah,
here,
50
bro.
cents.
Shit.
I ain't gonna say that shit. I'm trying to get, look, I'm trying
Oh,
to
no, we need the publicity. Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Tag us. What's up?
He about to go in on us.
Ultra petty.
He look, he ain't about, exactly. He ain't about to go
Like,
on
he
us.
He did deny history, though.
He gonna like,
I'm
they
be
gonna
like,
make some money.
Exactly. Now they just show
bro.
up. Now they gonna show up like, yeah, I heard y'all motherfuckers. All right, bro, I don't owe you no money. I don't even know
He
you.
like, nigga, I heard you bootlegging Richard Dot Trump. I'm like, yeah, 2003. What the fuck?
I did
I don't
though.
know anyone that
I did
actually
too.
bought that movie.
And I did this.
I'll wait until it came on BET.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the what name.
I don't like the movie and the DVD.
Yeah, I bootlegged the album.
Oh, I didn't even know it was an album.
Where you thought In the Club came from? That was the
I
name of the album.
mean, I just listened to his singles. I never listened to his actual song, his album.
No, I'm saying, but
Wait, you never heard Wangster?
I listened to his singles, not actual album.
I'm not gonna lie, like, he had
album.
I
his
got some
singles
hits
came
now. I
from.
can't.
Yeah, you gotta go back and listen to Get Rich or Die Trying. That's actually
I'm not gonna listen.
That
to
might have
that.
been. Remember we talked about top 5. That might have been. I mean,
nah, not for me.
some people.
Ain't.
Shit went 10 million. So
Yeah, that's fine. Not my top 5 though.
But yeah, like you said, the guy. But basically, what I'm getting at is the guy felt like the internet was making fun of it, normalizing snitching, where Tekashi could get out and feel safe after
He's
snitching.
gonna feel safe anyway. Doesn't matter.
Because he said he don't want witness protection. He
Yeah,
wants to
I know.
hire a private security team to protect him.
Exactly. So
that might be better.
so that's what I'm saying.
Witness protection don't give a fuck.
we're gonna breeze past that shit.
That's
What you just said, Joe, because we're not
But
gonna.
it sounds like.
We're not gonna do that. Fuck it.
wait. So LGBTQS.
Shut up. See, that's
No,
why.
I'm not gonna do it.
See, this, you know why?
This is going really wrong.
No,
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
not even gonna lie.
No,
we're
no,
gonna move
no,
forward.
we're gonna move forward. We got about
Once again.
Listen, we all pulling the Jake, okay?
Jake, if you don't get your ass back over here. So, last week, on a very, very light note, we did talk about like our top 5, like New York rappers or like albums that we love, right? Now, since everybody's not from up north, you know what I'm saying? Last week we had, a lot of us were pretty much from up north for the most part, so it kind of made sense. I wanted to see what everybody's southern albums, real quick, in top 5.
I don't listen to albums, so
I am here.
I don't. I just
Me
don't have
either.
the attention span for it. I get tired of hearing the same person's voice over and over. So
I can understand.
I can't do that
I
shit.
can definitely understand.
Damn, I guess we can't ask you.
there's only one person whose album I've listened to all the way through, and that was Sam Smith. Outside of that, especially not rap. I can't listen to rap that long.
Live.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Sam Smith.
I mean, I like
His
Sam.
voice is
I
amazing.
like Sam Smith. Don't get me wrong. I like Sam Smith. But I'm like, wait, what?
So, Josh?
Well, off the top, I'm gonna go with.
Are we going with artists or the artists and the albums?
I'm gonna go with 400 Degrees, Juvenile, 400 Degrees.
Those aren't bopping. You ain't listening to that shit.
I like singles off the album. Oh yeah, I did like Lil Wayne's The Carter 4. That was my shit.
I like Lil Wayne's The Carter 1.
Yeah.
I was really young then.
Yeah, I like the car.
I keep forgetting you a youngin.
Outkast and Gemini.
Ooh, shit. That's 2, 3, 2, 3.
That's 3.
3. Yeah, that's 3.
Are we including the Carter in your top 5? Or you just said that?
Oh, maybe that was just a side. My bad.
Fuck.
Shit. Oh man. Damn, do I want to do the word of mouth? T.I. Urban Legend.
Of course.
And shit. I'm trying to think which 3 6 Mafia I want to do. I want to throw my Project Patty that Getty Green in that motherfucker.
That Mr. Don't Play.
Mr. Don't Play was horrible.
Yep.
Oh, I thought of 2 more.
All right, I'm gonna leave it at that. That's my 5.
Okay.
I'll come back. I might have to switch it up.
Eric,
You got something here?
since you from the South, from if I'm not mistaken, you from the A, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I know you.
Virginia, thank you.
VA.
At least you're the right Virginia.
Oh,
West Virginia is the right one.
Especially a little to the left.
fucking?
Ain't no cousin fucking going on.
Cousin fucking and cousin humping. Nah, I mean, you've been in the South long enough. I'm pretty sure you listen to rap. You look like you had your ratchet ways.
Well, actually,
Not actually.
my mother was very protective, so I wasn't allowed to buy CDs. So if it didn't come on the radio, I didn't listen to it.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have 5 albums from the South that you can at least contribute to this?
The only ones I can name is the common ones: Beyonce, Pretty Ricky.
Bro,
what?
Exactly. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that was
Beyonce.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. When I first got a CD
You trying to keep it gangster, y'all.
I've never listened to the
Hey,
entire
you
album.
said-
Always do. Ever.
Southern.
I mean, technically that does count, but they're not really hip hop albums. That's R&B.
Exactly. I don't even know how to dance. It's 2-step all day. Even in the box.
I'm gonna skip right over.
Right here.
Joe?
Right here. Joe, are you researching?
Yeah, he is researching. Cheating, Joe. Cheating. You gotta go off the top.
Let me split this eloquently.
No, man.
Fuck y'all. I'm making sure I have my facts right.
Oh, get your facts right. Get the facts situated, sir.
Damn, I forgot about Scarface the Fix.
Good album.
I'm gonna put my top 5 southern albums though. No, in no particular order.
Mm-hmm.
Outkast Criminal.
Yeah.
Ghetto Boys.
Jesus.
It's got the album that was on. The Ghetto Boys album with Mon Fentrix on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was ridiculous.
In the hood, I'm a superstar.
That was high impact for me at the time.
I'm not mad at that.
I had to put 2 Live Crew in there.
Jesus Christ.
So
Yes,
horny.
they want me so horny.
I mean, they were groundbreaking for what they did.
That was groundbreaking.
People don't know that, but that was
groundbreaking for the
they the
time.
one who invented the parental advisory sticker on CDs. And shit.
Yeah.
I think 2 Live Crew we got NWA in my opinion, but
Oh, wow.
it did sort of put that in. But I would say I would put T.I. in there.
So how many is
Which
that?
one?
That's 4.
That's
Which
4.
album though?
Which album?
I'm Serious, Urban
Yeah, we have a
Legend,
lot of albums.
Trap Music.
I know which
Paper
T.I.
Trail.
album I fuck with.
I would put Trap Music in there.
Trap Music was dope.
And who else? Number 5.
Yep.
Damn, Trap Music they had Rubber Band on it too.
Of all time.
Of all time. Come on now.
I have
You
to
got a
go.
lot of
I have to
time.
go with J. I have to go with J. Cole.
Yeah, thank you.
Which one?
you. I swear, I thought somebody was not gonna say.
Can't go back too much in history, but I think he's the best of the most recent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many was he at? 3 so far?
4. I'm gonna say 4.
That was KOD. We
The
had
latest one was KOD.
I would say it was the. I think.
what was the one before?
Yes.
Something Drive, something.
For Your Eyes Only.
For Your Eyes Only. Yeah, I remember that. But
I would say.
Forest Hill Drive.
Forest Hill Drive.
I would say the only one of those albums I listened to all the way through was KOD, but
Forest Hill Drive.
I think Forest Hill Drive was as good or better. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's it. That's my
Forest Hill
top 5.
Drive was my shit.
J. Cole gotta be in there.
How about you, Jay?
I ain't my man Big Crit.
What you got, Jay? I don't know if you listen to a lot of Southern rap.
Yeah, I went through my whole
People like
library.
Benny Siegel and Meek Mill and
Yeah.
Freeway.
No, listen, Naked from Philadelphia. But anyway, yeah, I was trying to go through my library too. I'm like, I don't even know like how to separate like all that. I don't know where they originated from. But yeah, pretty much everything I was gonna say.
Just go with your top 5 hip hop albums. It don't have to be Southern if you're not familiar with it.
Outkast was
Southern,
one.
there you go.
Yeah. I do like that. T-Pain.
Southern?
Right. I do love like all the like T-Pain and I can't think of his other name.
Young John.
Yeah, Lil Jon.
Lil Jon.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about him.
The Kings of Crunk.
He narrated my young life.
No.
Both exist.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Young John, Lil Jon.
Oh yeah.
But I think you meant Lil Jon.
Yeah, I meant Lil Jon.
Which one?
I always love that.
Yeah, is that?
You ain't trouble.
You gotta give her.
I don't know. That didn't sound like a ringtone. That sounded like a video. Like you're gonna be busy.
Like what you watching over there.
Interesting.
And
I want to smoke.
yeah, I'll come back to you. Let me keep on thinking.
Yeah, that's. What about you, Oz? What you got?
Asmando.
All right, so about to
I was gonna put a bunch of Jamaican shit out there that we ain't never heard. Like,
It's still Southern.
It's technically Southern.
Well, that's
Elephant
way
Man.
South.
That is
South
South.
Kingston.
Shaggy, Sean Paul.
I'm gonna just tell y'all straight up, right?
Oh
I
Lord.
ain't listen to rap.
Shut up. Kind of.
My
Anyway,
parents was like, hell.
during that time period, I was going through a lot of shit.
So you listen to emo?
I was actually listening during like high school and middle school. I was listening to a lot of rock music.
I believe it. I
And
saw some
then-
of your older pictures. You
but-
know what he was going through.
Yeah, I was going through some other shit,
You trying
but
to
I
find
did.
yourself?
The Carter one was my shit though.
Okay.
I listened to that like all the time, but like I didn't really listen to albums like like what Keith said. I was listening to like a lot of singles. I didn't really listen to albums back then.
Damn.
So
I mean, by the time
but that time period, I was
yeah, like I had
we didn't have CD
remember,
players.
I'm about to
Like,
say, I can think of 3 CDs
I think-
that I actually had when I actually got a CD player, but shortly after that, we got MP3.
So I was on LimeWire
Yeah.
downloading
we didn't download albums.
single songs.
My
See, the thing,
first-
You know the great part? We did all that, but we just put it on CDs.
I had an actual CD man who would sell me CDs for $1. That's how I got it.
Yeah, we had-
That's
that's
I
how-
actually had a guy
My first
who
intro
would
was
use it.
Beastie Boys into
Hey.
the genre.
License to Ill.
Beastie Boys is shit.
That's my shit.
I know these people.
So, do you not have a list?
Nah, I did that.
Okay, that's fine.
No snake.
Well, mine is the first person on the list is definitely Wayne Carter, because that album was just dope.
Yeah, I
Just
like that.
One or two.
One. That's why I said the Carter. Like, I'm not about to
I
give you.
came back around.
Yeah, like that shit was dope as shit to me. Rick Ross, Port of Miami. That was my
Ronnie
shit.
Ross album I really care.
Outkast, and I always get it mixed up. Is it Southern Play?
That was their first one.
Yes.
Their second one was as ATL.
Yeah.
The third
I
one
like
was
the
the
first
Criminal.
one.
Then you
Which
had
one you like
Speaker
more?
Box Love.
First one.
Then you had
Yes, I always get the
you
words
had
all
Stay
mixed up.
Going, and then you had Speaker Box Love.
That shit was influential.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
When it comes to T.I., it's always like a mix up between I'm Serious and Urban Legend, because Urban Legend had
It's 8 people. I heard that shit. I went crazy. I was like,
it's my scene in the street. You don't know me. I was like, whoa, that's my shit.
They had that shit
Yeah,
motivation.
boy. That was back in my hood days right there, boy. Listen. I used to be a hood nigga back then. Now I'm a lot.
Exactly. And my favorite, and it wasn't an album at first. It was really a mixtape.
Trapper Die.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was just thinking that shit was
Trapper
lit.
Die was my shit. You know what I'm saying?
Trapper Die,
And
nigga,
just to
shit.
throw a consolation,
Yeah.
just to throw, you know what I'm saying? My man Wobster, bro.
Not lobster.
Wobster.
Drop Top Wop. You still man
Oh.
Sam?
What was the album that?
Which one? What's the song you thinking of? I can tell you the album.
Hold on, because he had a song on there called Change. And I
He had Hard to Kill. That was his first.
Nah.
He had the State versus Ranger Davis.
That one. Yup, that one. Yup, that was my shit. I think that was it. Let me see. I think that was it. But
He had so many fucking mixtapes.
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about the mixtape. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The mixtapes is ridiculous. Oh wow, he really did have a bunch of this shit.
Right. His music catalog is ridiculous.
Oh damn, Wilt Chamberlain.
Wilt Chamberlain. I was playing.
Gucci Samania. Oh shit.
Gucci Sosa.
Filmolanta.
You know what? And this is what I will say about people sleep on. This is the thing about Gucci that made him stand. Well, I ain't gonna say he revolutionized it, but he had the dopest mixtape covers. Like he'd be having like butt naked women with bricks and cocaine and chains and ice and
back to
like,
the trap house.
Crazy.
That hard. Okay, so yeah, trap house. That was my shit. Trap house. Yeah, trap house was my shit. Yeah. Yep.
Chopper on the floor, pistols on the couch.
Yeah.
In my trap house.
That's when it's partying.
Oh.
But yeah, when it came to Jeezy,
GK Riding Dirty.
That trap it out was my shit.
GK Riding Dirty.
Oh, okay. I thought you.
But I was talking about Chopper City.
Oh, BG, Chopper City, bling,
oh.
bling. Every time I'm in, bling, bling. He
That
coined that bling, bling term. That shit.
He coined.
You gotta give him that.
You would have trademark that shit?
I know, right? I know he probably did, baby. Hold up, Playboy. I got you, Playboy. Let me holler at my law. You Playboy, I got you.
Hey, they know how to make money out of it.
That whole album was crazy.
You know the crazy part?
Cash Money is the army.
I forgot about these motherfuckers, man.
They can't tell me nothing, but they can. But
I forgot about damn P.
I was just about to tell him. Ghetto Dope. Ghetto Dope was my shit. Master P. Ghetto Dope. I mean, I listen to Ice Cream Man, but Ghetto Dope, that's when I had Megan say, that was my shit.
You do that pee-pee dance? Like you got a pee-pee dance?
Oh,
I got a pee.
Oh, he tried to do that at the Essence Festival. It looked really weird because he looks like he got the grandpa bod now. So I was like,
he always had a grandpa.
whoa, sir.
Like, honestly.
Well, now he got the grandpa face.
One thing about P coined one of the first Southern like crunk saying when I'm about it. When that shit came out, I'm about it. Yeah. Man, motherfucker,
I vaguely remember
crazy. I'm telling you that.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that.
Oh my shit.
He started mumble rap, right?
Probably Silver Shocker might have started.
Or Mystical, any of the motherfuckers.
Mystical could have. Mystical and rapping James Brown.
Hey, but you know what? When I saw them in concert, Mystical was the only one that could still rap that fast still. Yeah. Like, what's the other one? Silver Shocker or C Murder? Who's the other one that raps fast? Silver Shocker. Okay, he could not keep up with his shit.
I'm like,
he could not keep up with his songs. I was like, oh well, this is lackluster.
Yeah. Look, Silver Shocker he can't even rap on beat, so fuck him.
He hates it.
Oh, okay.
I don't hate him. He's fucking trash. That's all it is. Like he's garbage.
Right. That sounds like it.
No, it's not. He's trash. Motherfucker, the way we talking right now, that's how he'll rap on a beat.
I mean, I've heard him.
And the beat be fast.
So what I'm hearing is that he was ahead of his time.
No, because nobody likes him.
Because everyone does it now. So
yeah, but nobody likes him.
You don't remember that song? It ain't my fault.
Yeah, did I do that? Yeah.
Guess what? Everybody like that song because of Mystical.
That's true. But
yeah,
that's my top. That's my bond
out of trouble, dog. If he could just say the fuck out. Did he beat that case?
What, raping that chick?
Did he beat that case?
I don't think so. That nigga raped her, fucked her in the butt.
In New Orleans?
Yeah.
Recently, the Essence Festival?
You talking about the original rape?
I'm about to say
he had
a new one when he recorded with the same time, like when we went and saw him at Essence Festival, there was another allegation against him.
Oh yeah, he's always raping. Yeah, he's a raper.
Yeah, he's raping though. He's a roper.
He ain't no roper.
He's the boy.
I was like, sir, just perform and go home.
Nah, he gotta get that butt. He performer.
Right.
Oh wow.
Lions and Tigers and Bears.
Bring me that ass. Don't say no. Bring me that ass.
Watch yourself.
I can't even put my dick in my hand. I'm gonna leave you with my dick in your ass.
Oh my God.
Like, man, who did that to you?
The man right there. The man right there. You gonna suck it? That's what you gonna do.
You're like, oh, bitch, give me that pussy. You're like, what? Oh,
bro, that nigga came out with songs, yo. Danger. That's right here.
He was telling you.
He's like,
danger.
I'm gonna give you a roll out of this shit.
He's like,
shit.
like, get on the floor. The villain right here. Sing it. The villain? What?
I like honesty.
Come on now.
Bro, when I heard
when
that
the fuck
song,
you ever heard a song when nigga call himself the villain?
Yeah, he wild. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? What is that? Like, when you hear that shit, you gonna like, you about to get raped. I'm telling you, he gonna pop up behind you.
Creepy ass door sound. That's your
bro, that's how you bad. Like, you know, like,
he got awesome after the Pussy Monster, right? That's when he got locked up.
He got a song, no, literally he has a song called The Pussy Crook.
Yeah.
The Pussy Crook. That's when he caught the case.
Yeah, I
that
remember
song came out.
Crook.
Yeah.
Call me Pussy Crook.
Yeah.
Nah, he said.
That's how he said.
I don't know what the fuck he
The fuck is a pussy crook, huh? What you mean, man?
Stealing pussy.
Strong
woman.
Pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah. Strong woman, that pussy like Webby.
Right now I beat it strong. No, I'm like, hold up. Whoa. Back then, you know, went over our head, but now I'm like,
I'll be listening to this shit problematic as fuck. Like, this shit is hella problematic. All that is terrible.
See, back in my day, all we had was what it is. At least he asked. Yes.
I remember that.
Yes.
Well, shit back
he stalked you, followed you all day in the mall.
Exactly.
But he asked. You know what I'm saying?
That's a Me Too moment. Fuck that. He stalked me. Yeah, this shit starts off with bed.
He did ask. Then you got Plies more recently. Was that Plies? No. What's the dude? Maybe it was Yo Gotti. Snapchat me that pussy.
Oh
yeah. If it's cool.
But Plies had a song. Give me that Becky.
What?
Yeah. You want that head? That Becky. Damn, my man, you know that shit.
I'm ready.
That's the shit right there.
Listen, Darren he never fucking surprised me. The first time I saw Darren and he pulled out that fucking 40 ounce, I was like, who the fuck is that for? Like, I was so fucking confused,
He
dog.
like that shit for me.
He down top five.
Oh, good shit.
Oh,
Yo!
Trick Daddy.
Oh, T-double-E? Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Talking about the Book of Thugs, chapter 8, verse 47?
T-double-D, bro. That's what I'm talking about. I had smoking them
Book of
bunks.
Thugs. I don't know.
I was killing that.
I wasn't even old enough to be a thug back then, but I felt that song to my core. I felt it. I was like 8, like
drove in the wind, give a solo.
Bro,
drop that top.
My best shit he ever made was that Shut Up. That was it. That was my shit.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, oh, don't you good boy, easy way. Hell no, bitch, you know these pokes. I'm like, oh, I was a kid out here, I'm like,
give me some polo, man. Fuck you, boy.
I'm like, shit. It's like a motherfucker. I was like, shit.
He's the rudest dude in the world.
He still is rude. He don't
Rude as
give a fuck.
fuck with his sick
That
ass.
motherfucker said, fuck the DA, witness and all that
Fuck
shit.
the damn boy.
That's how them motherfuckers are down there. I was like, oh, y'all wild, right? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, T-double-D, just like that, huh?
D, Trick Daddy Dollars.
Okay, cool.
When he came out with that Nan shit, I was like, yo. When I first heard Trina, I was like,
I
yo.
want to talk to Trent with his bone smoking ass, and nobody knew what bone was.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, for the people who do not know what that is, that's when you take weed and shit or cigarette and you put cocaine or crack or some shit and you smoke it. And I was like, this nigga wild.
This nigga wild.
Yeah, he wild, man.
Thug Holiday is probably my favorite song of his. Thug
Holiday.
That was a dope song.
I did not like that song.
I like
This is
that.
for my people in the ghetto.
I didn't like that shit at all.
I was hoping I would hear it played at least one funeral. Never heard it.
I don't like any song that has the phrase, my people in the ghetto.
Yeah.
This is
Just
for
saying
my
that shit
people
in
in
a
the
song.
ghetto.
I'm good.
I mean, that's what it
I'm
was for.
turning it. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
That's how she sung it.
Oh, you know what I forgot about PT.
PT Cruiser, Pastor Troy.
That's my nigga.
Yeah.
Ain't no more
Savannah,
playing GA.
okay.
That nigga, sad part is that nigga's in Rock Hill a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that nigga
He
always
can't.
in
So
Rock
when
Hill.
he can't. Well, like when I was in school, they banned his music from being be and play like at the clubs
Oh, yeah,
and shit.
they would
Because
start
niggas every time like they would fight.
And
And
I
already know
ain't no more play came on because it had the gunshots in it.
he came and performed at the high school pep rally. I never forget. I was in 8th grade. We fucking skipped school because the high school wasn't that far away.
Yeah.
We fucking walked, got chased by a pit bull. Whole story. But we made it to the school, but we missed the concert. But I did get to meet him at the gas station. He was cool as fuck.
He
dog.
cool as shit.
Yeah,
He
he cool as
cool.
shit.
That nigga flipped the famous Master P phone call, you know, from Megan saying, "Oh, this ain't no motherfucking P." Oh,
Yeah.
He's like, tell P, PT in them down south Georgia to say we want war. Then the song came on.
Yeah.
I was like, yo,
That shit used to get me so hyped, bro. I used to be ready,
This
dog.
nigga ill right here.
I used to be ready for whatever,
I ain't
dog.
gonna lie. When
Word.
they play that shit at them parties and shit, yeah.
That shit still get me hyped. I ain't even gonna lie.
Niggas
I might go
fight.
play that when we leave. I ain't gonna
Trying to fight?
Nah, I just.
I'm about to say, somebody gonna show up.
Nah, I wouldn't fight because I was too, you know, I knew my size. Them niggas was big, so I would go stand on the
Oh, no,
stage
we
and
gonna
be a
fight.
hood nigga in the back.
Yeah.
Niggas start bouncing
I
and
fight
shit.
up with somebody.
Pushing each other and shit.
Yeah, bro.
Niggas
And
start
then
throwing
if
bows
it's
and shit.
215, somebody about to shoot. So
Then somebody
let
get
me
snuffed.
the fuck on. Yeah.
That's all it takes.
Nah, dog.
Start looking at each other.
But it's crazy though.
Yeah.
The crazy part is they would ban Pastor Short, but they would allow you to play Lil Jon songs, and his songs was just as one to make you fight. He literally like knock a nigga out, punch him, stomp him in the club, like.
He did. He
But
was
because
going
it was
to
so
the trunk.
commercially digestible, I guess.
Yeah.
He got a pass. I don't.
Nucky your buck used to start.
Oh, that
Boy,
like,
listen.
oh my god.
If you didn't know all the lyrics to all the verses, dog, by the time that song went off, I felt like I had done aerobics for like an hour,
I ain't
bro.
had no fucking dreads.
No, I ain't had
had nothing.
no,
I'm just,
no lyrics.
Right.
I mean, no voice.
I'm
Fucking
slugged
dead,
up.
dog.
Throwing bowl at Johnny Cage.
Yeah, I
First of
remember
all,
that.
that take a lot of breath control. Okay,
Yeah.
that's why I was like, God damn, these
Yeah.
niggas still rapping.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was some songs
Princess
like
and
that,
Diamond
man.
is supposed to be coming out with another album soon.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, they should drop something. We ain't
I was
heard
like, oh,
shit
that'd
from
be
them.
cool. I'll be interested to hear that.
Last thing we heard from them was Rock Your Hips. That was it.
I got 32 flavors.
I couldn't stand them two motherfuckers. I was like, y'all trash.
You know, it's on Work My Nerves, the Little Pumps in the Club. Fucking work.
I hated that song because
My
there was
fucking
this
nerves, dog.
there was this gay dude that we went to school with, and he would just randomly be walking around the hall singing that shit really loud.
I just hated it.
That's exactly how he sounded too. We be like, teachers like, can you stop, please?
Stop it.
Yeah, stop that out, huh?
Seth.
In the club. We like, bruh, we trying to learn, dog. What you doing?
Trying to
learn, bro. Get the fuck out of here, dog. You fucking up my education right now.
Damn, dog. That was the good old days.
Yeah, it was,
Rock some
man.
sneakers to the club. I used to sneak in, but it's cool. You can still rock sneakers to the club.
Damn, I just thought about this fucking album.
What, man?
That fucking Clips album. That shit was hard.
With the beat
Yeah.
that everybody did on the lunchroom table.
You talking about what's it, Lord Wilder?
Lord Willing.
Lord Willing, yeah.
Yeah, that shit was.
Yeah, that was some shit. Oh shit, I bet you. Yeah, that was some shit.
He take it at Virginia.
That's the South.
Missy.
Yeah, but you know,
super duper fly.
I liked Missy, but I didn't. You know,
Ankle super duper high.
she was. I don't know. She was cool.
I think she made catchy music.
You know, the thing
She
about
made
Missy,
catchy
I didn't appreciate. You know, when you're in the moment, you don't appreciate what a person brings to the music game until later on down the road. But she was actually a groundbreaking artist for her ability to rap, sing.
Oh, she was dope as shit.
And she did production. Like
Yeah.
she did a lot of different things on her own. Like,
yeah.
and women weren't doing it at that time. Like,
Yeah.
Still making
you know what I'm saying?
But even her new visual for was it Iconic? I think is that the name of the song? I know that's the name of the album. I don't know. But her visual, throw it back. Her visuals in that, fucking ridiculous, dog. I'm like,
I like that.
you still doing this? Like you can still wow people. That's crazy.
That where they from shit. The song she had with her and Pharrell, that shit was dope as fuck. Now you got, I'll play it for you. We from out of here. It's about that time to wrap it up. As they said on the Chappelle show, yo, wrap that shit up, B.
In all instances, guys. In all instances.
Yeah, you know. I think we talked about it a good little bit. Erica, we appreciate you being here.
You're welcome. I gotta go back now.
Oh, you like, you really ready to go get that thing, huh? You ready to get you about to go back.
No, get that thing.
You about to bring some prophylactics.
What?
Why does she need prophylactics?
Oh,
What is happening?
Atlanta.
I gotta get my tattoo done again.
Okay.
You trying
It's
to
almost
trying to
done.
bring some drink there?
So what?
Some drink? He gonna do something.
You going to the booty club?
No, I'm going to the.
Oh, she gonna get 8. Oh,
I might hit up Onyx though. My homeboy live right across the street from Onyx.
you might get a what?
Go to Onyx.
I bet they are way better than our Onyx.
Of course.
Look at his face. I'm looking at him, dog.
Started. They Onyx way get bucket naked. In the bucket naked. Yes.
You can see a public head.
I'm gonna keep that up on 5 to 9 home. Just for that part.
Exactly. Yep.
That's what's up. But like I said, we do appreciate you being here. You are always welcome to come to the podcast. You don't have to necessarily talk, but if you just want to sit in here and just chill, you know, you just catch us. You know?
Feed off your energy, your vibes.
But what you can do also is when we drop this shit, you can share this motherfucker.
I got you.
Yeah, you know, you share that shit.
All 500K of your followers.
It's my aunties and grandmas.
Do not share.
Share that too. What is this? What is this?
I see like, oh, they're talking about beating up Yeeks. What's a Yeek?
Baby, what is a Yammer?
But yeah, man, like I said, this was episode 118. It's your boy Sean, Mr. NJ Brick City.
Oh, just Kia.
Oh wow, you went back to that?
Oh, yeah.
What?
She don't forgot who she was.
I did.
Damn, bro. Shit.
Sorry.
Okay.
I said any harder way. You want to say
Bye.
I like it. Straight to the point.
Bye.
Episode 118.
Oh, is that numbers you run in or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. I got you. I'm there.
Number
I'm
one,
there.
Joe.
I
Why
got
you
you.
say it like
I'm
that?
like, is he about to say these are the breaks or what?
all the breaks.
See, Joe, what you should have did after that? 118. Oh,
You know what? It was a real confusion then.
maybe.
But you got it though.
Yeah.
Initially, but that's good. I have something to say. I'm Joe Cool.
I'm Tasty J. Can I learn something today?
Wendy Williams playing Kevin Hunter $250,000
What?
and they divorced.
We'll talk about that next week.
Money.
Oz.
Seems kind of low for 20 years, but.
Oz, talk normal.